Vedant, program is live now. You can start.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. So a very warm welcome to all the participants, panelists, and viewers joining us today for this very special guidance session on CA industrial training. So this event is organized by the Pune branch of Vikasa of ICI with an objective to guide and mentor students regarding the opportunities and critical aspects of industrial training. So we have with us today an esteemed panel of professionals who have not only excelled during their industrial training but have also made their mark in reputed organizations across various industries. So before we dive into the session, I would now like to invite Vice Chairman Shreyas Navle for his opening remark.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all for today's industrial training session. As Vice Chairman of Pune Vikasa, I feel truly honored to address such a wonderful gathering. First and foremost, I would like to sincerely thank CA Sachin Minyar Sir, Chairman of WRC Pune, for his constant support and encouragement towards students' initiatives. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to CA Pradnya Bam Ma'am, Chairperson of Pune Vikasa, for her leadership and guidance, which has made today's session possible. Today's industrial training is valuable opportunity for all of us to bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and practical experience. And I am sure it will be an enriching experience for everyone. So let's make most of it. Over to you, Vedant sir.
Thank you, Shreyas, for setting the tone beautifully. Now let's begin our highly awaited session. So each let me just give the instructions. So each panelist will have around 15 minutes to share their journey, insight, tips, and strategies. After that, we will have a 5-minute question and answer round for each. Everyone open to each can question to the panelist. So let's begin with our first speaker. That is Mrs. Ritika Diora, representing Siren Capital Private Limited, Merchant Banking. Ritika, over to you.
Thank you so much, Vedant. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So first of all, it's an immense pleasure being here. So thank you so much to the entire branch of Pune Vikasa for this opportunity. And of course, I am extremely glad to be sharing the next 2 hours with all of you. So I'm working in a company called Seren Capital Private Limited in the domain of merchant banking, as Vedant rightly mentioned. Maybe many of you might not have heard about this company because it's a startup. So it has started in November 2023. And I am extremely lucky to be here. And my journey is quite unconventional, like how I ended up here. But nevertheless, it's a great opportunity, and I am extremely glad to be sharing it over to you in next 2 hours. So, talking about my profile, merchant banking, all of you must have heard about investment banking, right? In fact, 80-90% of you, I can bet, must be crazy after investment banking. So, merchant banking is a special type of investment banking, or it's a category of investment banking, you can say, wherein we raise the funds through public market, that is IPOs. So basically, investment banking is all about making the buyer and the seller meet, cracking the deal for fundraising, wherein you help the startups as well as, the big companies raise funds. But the difference between investment banking and merchant banking is that investment banking primarily revolves around, or in fact, it actually revolves around private deals only, because merchant banking requires a specific license, from SEBI. So because, public market is regulated by SEBI and the NSE and the BSE, right? So in private market, the private fundraising market, which the investment banking field caters, it is not regulated by any public authority. Okay, like if there is a deal between a seller and a buyer, there is no intervention of any public authority. Okay, just the investment banker, has to make the deal between them, and there are just three parties involved: the investment banker and the buyer and the seller. There is no intervention of any kind of public authority. But in public fundraising, it is quite different. There is intervention of SEBI, there is intervention of NSE and BSE, these stock exchanges. So therefore, merchant banking is specialization into investment banking, you can say, wherein it combines the features of investment banking, but there is extra compliance part, the extra communication with SEBI and the exchange, which also has to be taken care of by the merchant banker itself. So this is all about my profile, and I'll be diving deep into what is the day-to-day work in merchant banking. But before that, I think I would like to share how I landed up in this company. So Vedant, you would like me to go into it right now, or you have something specifically planned for that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, sure. See, resume, interviews, LinkedIn, these terms might be your close friends these days, since you're looking for industrial training, and these things are inevitable. But apart from this, also sometimes opportunities can come along your way in some other form as well, in other disguise as well. So when I talk about me landing up here, it was majorly a result of a meeting which happened to be taking place at the institute. So I've been part of Vikasa myself. I've served as the vice chairperson of Vikasa last year, Vikasa WIRC. And so I frequently visited to the institute, and I happened to meet the founder of this company, Seren Capital Private Limited, at the institute. And I would say that was actually, the major factor of me landing up here. So from this instance, I can definitely bet on this thing that all of you must take an active part in institute's program. Okay, like today you are attending this session, this seminar. That is how you are connecting with us, and we also would be sharing our resources and our guidance with you. Similarly, when you take part in institutes events, you don't know, you might happen to meet somebody who can actually be the game changer for you. So taking part in all the events organized by our own institute, or maybe other gatherings as well, so it's important to take part in that. And of course, alongside, you have to work on your resume, your LinkedIn profile, and of course, that matters a lot. So when I happened to meet the founder of this company at the institute, of course, it intrigued me, because I was not only getting the opportunity of industrial training here, but I was also getting the opportunity to work, with a company from its inception, like working with a startup, which also fascinated me. And this was another factor which I considered before joining here. So, in the next 2 hours, we'll also be talking about what are the factors to be considered for you to decide whether to go for industrial training or not. So I think this also can be a crucial factor, that what the company is offering you apart from, just industrial training. And of course, you also have to consider your current ongoing experience with your current CA firm. So I had started my articleship journey with BDO, and I was looking for a switch because in BDO, I was into the domain of financial due diligence, which is a very niche profile. Of course, very good profile, but very niche. And I think in 4 to 5 months, I almost understood what it is, how it is going. And one of the factors in big firms is also that you don't really get to work on everything from start to end. You are allotted a particular work, and you just keep on doing that. It might not be the same across all the firms and all the teams, but that was what was happening with me over the 4 to 5 months there. And I was looking for a switch, and it was just in the back of my mind that maybe I would like to switch from here. And you know coincidentally, I chanced upon the founder of this company at the institute, and that was another factor why at that point of time I thought that I should really switch from my existing firm. So both these factors together made me switch from my existing firm to where I am today. So this was, my journey in a nutshell. Vedant, would you like me to go on something specific?
I think Ritika, we should first go for the question and answers. Then we can, if, if you allow, then
Sure, of course. Should we go for question and answers, or would you like me to brief about my day-to-day work or something like that?
uh,
Maybe we can go for question answers.
yeah.
However,
So once we completed with the questions, so we can go for that as well. So thank you, Ritika, for sharing the insightful journey. So starting with the question. So first question जो सबके मन में होता है कि applying for the industrial training. So we need a proper resume to be built. So first question is that कि how to prepare resume for high-end roles like merchant banking.
right. So resume is the first weapon that anyone has, right? Especially when you are reaching out to somebody in a cold manner. For instance, if you're mailing somebody or reaching out in any other ways, then the first impression that you give is through your resume. So definitely that has to be worked upon. And I have something interesting as far as resume is concerned. So I'll tell you how you can really improve on your resume. So there is a website called resumeworded.com. I'll share my screen and I'll show you that. So just a minute. Screen sharing is allowed, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So can anybody see my screen?
Yes,
Yes, Ritika, it's visible.
Yeah. So what all of you can do is you can prepare your resume. I'll tell you some of the pointers for preparing a good resume, and I think my fellow speakers would also share. But once you have curated your resume, you can have it checked here. So let's see if I can show you real time checking my resume here. So I think all of you can, yeah. So you can just, go onto this website called Resume Worded, and you can upload your resume here. Okay. It's like I've already exhausted my limit. Yeah. Yeah. So I had uploaded my resume here, and it shows you what you are lacking and what is good in your resume, and it kind of critically evaluates your resume. So I've never got over 56, the score of 56 here. When I initially uploaded my resume here for the first time, I got a score of 37, and now it's up to 56. So, but look, it really gives you some good insights into what all aspects you can improve on. Because if you are just preparing your resume and going through it, you might feel it's good or whatever. But there are some aspects which you would never critically assess because you have never been there, assessing somebody's resume. And when you have to really choose one or two people out of 50 or 100, that is a very critical, process. So what all areas need to be actually improved? So this particular website tells you that in very detailed manner. So like here it is saying to quantify your impact. So whenever you are putting up your experience or anything, you should also quantify it. Like if you're putting your experience, then how many projects probably you might have worked upon, and likewise. And then in skill section also earlier I got a comment from this website that you should never put in vague terms like analytical skills or management skills or something like that. You should elaborate it, or maybe you should put it in a more concise, not concise manner, but you should put it in a manner which reflects that what are you really good at, not just putting in the vague terms which everyone can put. So there are some aspects which maybe we will not think upon if we just prepare our resume. So you can definitely use this website. This is one of the things which I would like to share for resume. And apart from that, touching the basic points regarding resume, what it should carry and what it should not. So first point which I would like to tell is that it should be strictly of one page, because nobody would like to read your biodata or a long PDF of 3 or 4 or 10 pages. It should be strictly one page, and you should put in only relevant information. Like even talking about your qualification, to your skills, to your experience, to your extracurriculars, everything should be kind of revolving around what you are trying to sell to the employer. Okay, because you might be thinking ki, I have so many lot of things to put in, so how can I really build it up in one page? So then you need to exclude the things which are not relevant, and that is how you should filter in your content for what needs to be put in that one page. So this is the most important criteria for resume, first of all. And the second thing which I observed, because I happened to interact with a few employers in my past 1 year as a being in the tenure of vice chairperson, I happened to meet a few employers. So what I understood from them is that in many of the resumes, how students put their experiences, they put their old experience first, and then in ascending order they put their experience, but it should always be in descending order. You should put your latest qualifications, your latest experience, and your latest achievements first, and that is how it should go on, because again it's a matter of relevance. So your latest achievements, latest experience is more relevant than your previous ones. So this is also an important criteria which you need to consider. And apart from that, since Vedant's question was mostly how you should prepare a resume for getting into top tier firms and top tier profiles, so these were the basic areas which I told you. And apart from that, what needs to be highlighted in the resume is because see, when you are applying for a top company and a top profile now, you need to understand the requirements of that particular company and that particular profile also. So first you should research about the companies where you are applying, the profile in which you are applying, and accordingly you should frame your achievements and experience in such a manner which would appeal to that person which wants to hire you for that particular role. So once you have filtered out your content, now how you should present it should depend upon the profile and the company you are applying for. So the presentation, because जो दिखता है वही दिखता है, and that is absolutely true, because in interviews and everywhere you literally have to sell yourself. So this is, I think, the most important point when you ask me that how you should prepare a resume for a particular top tier company or top tier role. Yes, Vedant.
Okay, thank you, Ritika. So second question is what technical and soft skills should one study to get into industrial trainings?
So technical and soft skills you are saying. So soft skills, are always required in, at any stage, and whatever you're applying for. Soft skill part is quite common to whichever profile and whichever company you are applying to. So soft skill set will include your communication skills and presentation skills, of course. Presentation skills would again also involve how you are presenting your resume, how you are presenting yourself, and technical skills when you talk about, so technical skills would differ from profile perspective. So what profile you are applying for, accordingly technical skills would differ a bit, but still I think when you are applying for industrial training, it is not just, the theoretical knowledge that you are carrying. You are also carrying your experience of articleship when you are applying for industrial training. And I think that also molds, your industrial training when you are applying for it. So, like when I applied for industrial training here, even I went through a round of interview. So, as per my experience with my own interview, as per my interaction with other people, what an employer would really assess in an industrial training interview is that your experience of articleship, what all you learned there, and your reason of leaving, the previous firm, and 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 also, like, why are you applying for this particular role in this particular company. So I think when I say about, technical knowledge to be, to be gathered before applying for industrial training, you should be sure about, or at least you should think upon, how you would present this thing, that why are you leaving your previous firm and what you are looking forward to in your industrial training experience, and then which profile you are applying for. You should know, well about that profile, and which will automatically reflect that you are interested in this profile and you will be able to give your best to this profile. So, like, if you're applying for a finance profile, they won't ask you AS or SA or, basic tax questions. So that is not the technical part that you have to prepare when you are applying for industrial training. But what you have to prepare is, you should research about the company, the profile, you should know about the profile, and you should, you know present everything in the interview in a manner which would make the employer feel that you are made for this profile, maybe, and you will be able to give, you're good to this profile. So I think even the technical part in an industrial training interview would revolve around this, and maybe a few specific questions for specific profile related to that particular. Yeah. Vedanta, are you saying something? You are on mute.
Oh, yeah. So actually, third question, that is key, when is the right time to shift to industrial training, and the how to get into top tier firms like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs.
Yeah. So when is the right time to apply for industrial training? So I think right now, the question of 3 years or 2 years, I think it has almost come to nil, because now people would be under the scheme only. So, we are having 2 years of articleship. So, um, ideally, the only bifurcation possible is, 1 year of articleship and 1 year of industrial training. So, when you're looking for 1 year of industrial training, I think you should start applying in the, ninth or 10th month of your articleship. Not even 10th. I would suggest you start from the ninth month. Even the back end part, you can, even do it up to your seventh, and you can start with your seventh or eighth month as well. But I think if you're sure about you have to go for industrial training, in the ninth month, you should really start working. So that is how I would like to answer it in brief. And if you would like to elaborate me on how to apply and everything, then I can go on with that.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So from the ninth month, you can start, looking for vacancies on LinkedIn. You can start getting in touch with people, who are looking for industrial training, or maybe who can provide you the opportunity for industrial training. You can attend sessions, if institute provides any session for industrial training or anything. Like during our tenure, we conducted 2 industrial placement drives in a year. So even the institute conducts industrial training placement drives. So you can even take part in that. And you can surely start working on your resume, if not anything else. And likewise, you can, keep looking for the opportunities.
And the next question is key, what is the difference about the work in industry versus the firm, and what kind of roles are available in banking sector?
Okay, cool. So, the difference in experience in a CA firm versus an industry. So, the basic difference is that, in a CA firm, you are, part and parcel of a team which is, kind of full of CAs. So you are doing the typical CA work. Maybe it can be, it can be the typical audit or tax, or maybe it can be some finance oriented work like, investment banking or anything also. But the thing is, when you are in an industry, you are primarily working for a company which has its own business, which might be into, any kind of a business. It can be FMCG, it can be a bank, it can be a finance. And there you have to, provide these services of a CA to that particular company. Okay, so there you are working for a particular industry or particular sector. Okay, which also becomes important because especially if you are in roles like internal audit or something like that, which is industry specific. For instance, if you are going into internal audit in a particular industry, in a particular company, then there what will become important for you is that particular industry in which that company is operating. But when you are in a CA firm, your primary focus is that providing the services of a CA. But when you are into an industry, that particular company and its working, it becomes primarily important. Okay. So, and I think here one more question can be linked, that how you should look for, whether you should go for industrial training or not, and in which company you want to go for industrial training. So you can also think upon, which area or which sector you are interested in which industry interests you, and you can go for a role in that particular company. Because when you are appointed, as an industrial trainee in a company, I think you will get hands-on experience, on the working of that particular company. So this is the primary difference, and the difference also lies in specialization. Because probably if you are in a small size or mid-size CA firm, you might be doing various kind of roles. But if you want to be role specific, in a particular company, then again industry experience comes there, wherein you go role specific and company specific. So your role becomes a bit specialized, and you become more expert into that particular industry and that particular company. And of course the privileges of big industries, big corporates, good salary, good environment, no exploitation like CA firms, as as most of the people think. So yeah, like the experience is quite different, and many times it's a lot different. And if you are a person who likes to explore and you don't have a defined goal for your future, like if you are not very much sure that you want to go into practice or anything like that, then you can surely choose to explore this side of industrial training. And yeah, you also asked about how to get into top tier firms like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. So again, everything being, combined together, your resume, your LinkedIn profile. Now, these days, resume is not the only weapon you have, but LinkedIn is another weapon you have, because everybody has access to your LinkedIn profile. And whether you believe it or not, but, even if you are giving your resume somewhere, 99% that person is going to check your LinkedIn profile. So, building LinkedIn profile alongside your resume is equally important. And yeah, so I think this really matters for getting into especially top companies, because in top companies you don't have chance to directly interact with the people working there. Because see, like I got the chance to directly meet the founder of this company because it was a startup, right? So these kind of opportunities you can really find through these platforms as well. But when we talk about well established names in the market like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley and whatever, so it's very hard to chance upon at least someone who really holds power in that company, right? So cold reach out, I think, is what we all look forward to in these companies. And in that cold reach out, of course, your LinkedIn profile and your resume matters the most. You can even coldly reach out the people who are working there, but then also you should be able to impress them in your first approach, and then only they will entertain you further. Otherwise, nobody is going to entertain you. So I think that this will be my answer. And you asked something else also, Vedant.
What kind of roles are available in banking sectors?
Okay, what kind of roles are available in banking sector, you are saying?
Yeah.
So so in banking sector, like when we talk about these banks which we all look forward to, Deutsche Bank, HDFC Bank, and many such banks. So there are various roles which banks offer for industrial trainees, right from credit analyst to financial controller to treasury to even investment banking. And yeah, I think these are some common roles which I have seen people getting for industrial training. And even risk management, risk assessment is one of the roles. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ritika, for those valuable insights. Let's now open the stage for others to ask the questions. So anyone having question for Ritika can ask, unmute themselves and they can ask the question. Any one of you would like to ask the question can.
I think somebody has asked in the chat, how do you manage studying along with industrial training? So no doubt this is an important question, but I think being a new scheme where we are getting 7 to 8 months of study leave, I think study, should not be a that big concern. Like it's purely manageable. It's absolutely manageable along with industrial training. Of course, when you make any kind of change to your lifestyle, it's difficult to it's difficult to digest initially, but over a period of 1 or 2 months, it's absolutely manageable. So and since you'll be already having 7 to 8 months of study gap, so I think if you want to go for industrial training, then you should definitely go for it. Study should not hold you back, basically. And what all questions can one expect in merchant banking interviews? So, as I told you, that merchant banking is quite similar to investment banking, but it combines a bit of compliance and secretarial part, we can say. So I'll tell you what all are the day-to-day operations in a merchant banking company. So we start with onboarding the company, wherein we first assess the eligibility of the company, whether the company is eligible for being listed on NSE and BSE, because there are certain conditions given by them. The restriction or maybe the threshold for the um, paid up share capital, then operating profit, and some basic checks, because of course it's a market wherein retail investors and individual investors are investing their hard earned money, so they can't just let any company bring IPO and capture the market. So there are some basic conditions which we need to assess, and that is how we pass that company through the first checkpoint if it is eligible to be listed. And if it is eligible to be listed, then we start the data collection, then we do the financial due diligence on it. So what I used to do in BDO has now become a very small part of the entire process here. So we perform the financial due diligence, then we start with drafting of the DRHP, which is the red herring prospectus. And so that is the whole and soul of the merchant banking, drafting of prospectus, because it's a 400-page document which we need to compile, for which we need to really kind of rush through all records of the company from its inception. It combines everything about the company, about the industry, its financials, its general overview, its secretarial compliance, its legal compliance, the whole history and everything about the promoters, directors, everything. So that is what consumes the major part of our role, the drafting of prospectus. Then we also, pitch in the investors, because if you might be aware, in SME IPO, we can't sell 100% of stake to retail investors. So some percentage of stake needs to be sold to the qualified institutional buyers and the HNIs, for which we also prepare the pitch. And this is the real investment banking work that we do here, wherein we also prepare the pitch decks and we get in the investors for the company. And then only it is good to go for an IPO. So these are the kind of stuffs that we do in merchant banking. Now, relating to this, what kind of questions can be asked? So, I guess any company would not really ask you, typical questions on the working of a merchant banker, because you are not expected to know all of that, because in articleship experience, you won't be getting that. So I think what they can ask you really is regarding financial due diligence, because that is where we really apply some concepts of audit and a bit of tax. So they might ask you something on due diligence, and they can ask you if you know the working of a merchant banker, they can ask you about stock exchange, the latest SEBI amendments, and how SEBI regulates the markets, and they can ask you more on market side, and if you are aware of how market works, about the exchanges. And I think mostly these kind of questions are asked for this profile.
Thank you, Ritika, for answering those questions. So I think we should move ahead. Uh, so next we have Abhishek Puranik representing BPCL from Treasury Department. So Abhishek, the stage is yours. Guide us with the role that is currently are you working in the company. Uh, yes, over to you, Abhishek.
Yes, so Vedant, am I audible? My audio and video is clear?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. Myself Abhishek Puranik. I am currently working in BPCL in the Treasury department. So, hearing the word Treasury, you all might think that it is a typical Treasury role, means which involves cash flow, maintaining of reconciliations. But the case is not like that here. We have to mention the Treasury role because I am specifically working in the retirement benefits team, but it comes under the treasury. So I have to mention everywhere that it is covered in treasury. But giving you a brief about what my role looks like, it is quite different from a typical treasury role. So you all might have heard that we all have, the companies have the trust, for example, the provident fund trust, superannuation, gratuity, and all these kinds of trust. So the role revolves around the thing that the employees give a part of their contribution to this trust, and means we have two options: either we can give that contribution to the government, or we can give that contribution to this specific trust. So what BPCL does is it collects the contribution from the employees, and then it sends them to a specific allocated PF trust. And now it is the trust job to ensure how the protection of these employees' money, and how profits or how it can be reinvested and given back to the employees. So our role revolves around, means whatever the amount is set aside apart from the month and retirement, whatever the employees are retiring, and whatever the excess amount is left, so we invest it into the securities, into bond market, into the GSECs, into the SDLs, the state development loan, state government securities. So my role is to analyze the investments, about how we can, which securities can be brought due to that money, and we have certain set of criteria, we have certain set of rules about how we select the investments, about how we analyze the investments. So the role mostly is revolving around this analysis part of investments. Then it also revolves preparing MIS, the monthly information summary about all the investments that are made during the current month, and giving and presenting it to the trustees, because for each trust, for the PF trust, for the superannuation gratuity trust, we have specific trustees involved. So we have to give them summary about what all investments we have made during the current month, and what yield are we getting on the specific investments. So to ensure that the employees money is protected and is not used for other purposes. So mostly the role is revolving around this. And also then there are other aspects also to it. One of the main thing is, for a PF trust we have to file the EPFO monthly return. So it is a summary of all the means whatever the employee money we are getting, and whatever we are investing into the various bond market, securities market, mutual funds, ETFs. So we have to give that specific summary to the government on month basis, because it is quite critical information, because employees hard earned money is involved here. So the work also revolves around filing the DPO returns. So it is quite an interesting role. You also get to interact with the seniors here. Mostly they are all CFA, CA holders. So you also get to learn from their experience, and what all is happening, and how to evaluate the investments, what all to look for in a company and in bond. So that's very interesting. So it's been a great learning experience. Yeah. So Vedant, do you want me to speak on anything else also?
Uh, Thank you, Abhishek, for sharing. So,
Yeah.
I think we should start with the question and answers. So,
Yeah.
starting with the first question, ki, as per the new scheme, that is, we have the articleship period is from 3 years to 2 years. So the question is like, ki, after 1 year at a CA firm, it is right to move to industrial training, because it almost seems like by the end of an year you finally get a grasp of all the things, and by that time if you leave, then you might not be getting throughout with the work. So if you leave for industrial training, so what, so you can start.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a very really good question, and mostly students are confused around this question only. So the answer to this question basically differs from person to person basis, and in which firm or in which place he is doing his articleship, or what kind of exposure he is getting. If that person means, if that article is, 1 year is set to complete, and he has not means he has got all the exposure, whatever that firm offers, whatever the firm deals in, whatever the services that are offered by that particular firm, for example, auditing, taxation, income tax returns, and then he wants to go into a corporate setup, he wants to understand the industry, or if he has been planning to do a job after qualification. So in these cases, industrial training can help him a lot. It can give you an edge on your CV, certainly after qualification. When you mention the industrial training and your experience, it matters a lot. But on the other side, if the person or article wants to, set up a practice after CA, he wants to get a taste of every kind of work, how taxation audit, forensic audit, or anything for that matter, GST. He wants to have overall exposure. So I would suggest, if your firm, if you're doing specialization in one department, transfer to a different firm which offers all kind of services, rather than going to industrial training. So it really depends upon person to person basis, and there can be a single one word answer for this. So yeah, so that person, I have to evaluate himself. I would suggest, writing down on a piece of paper what are the pros, cons, and what are the talking with the seniors, what more can be done in this firm, or what can he be also given some additional kind of. So it entirely depends on the case, as I mentioned.
Okay,
Yeah.
so moving further, so the basic question for the students is like what are the interview question being asked. Right now, if we have not started with the lectures, and what are the if FR or AFM questions which are being asked by them. So should we start with the lectures right now? So preparing for the industrial training, or we need to do something uh,
Yeah.
on that? Oh,
Yeah. The thing is, in interviews, of course, they are going to ask you the questions. The interview questions mostly are dependent on the domain in which you are applying. So, if, for example, you would apply, for example, I was asked because this role was into, investment side, into the bond market, securities market. So I was not asked typical FRA, AFM related questions, but I was asked questions based on XIRR, CAGR, the CAGR, bonds. I was given a case scenario where a private bond was also involved and a government bond was also involved. So I was made to choose between the two based on various analysis. So it really depends on the interview and the domain which you are applying. But again, that the question that how to prepare if you have not started the lectures. So there are some common kind of index which typically get asked in the interview. For example, revenue, 115, 116 leases, the goodwill, the inventory. So these are typically the FR index which you can prepare to start on. And in AFM, derivatives, fund management, portfolio management. If you are going into the investment banking typical related roles, so these can be the questions. And apart means what you can do is at the max you can just get a brief overview about these. But what I would suggest is even if you have not done the lecture and if you are asked interview about this typical complex concept, so just honestly answer them that I have not yet started my lecture or I have not studied about this particular concept. And then I think the genuine answer is more better than giving a wrong answer or faking your answer. So that in that way you are also genuineness will also get appreciated by the interviewer. So I think this would work, and you can just get a brief overview about all the common concepts which are asked in this interview.
yes. So moving further, uh, the third question is like many students fear that they will not get time to study for finals. So सबका ऐसा रहता है कि हमें स्टडी लीव्स मिलेगी या नहीं इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग अगर हमने ज्वाइन किया. What if in the worst case we need to defer our attempt? So what are your take on this?
Yeah. So also also rightly mentioned by Ritika in previous answer also regarding this, that in new scheme this should not be that much of issue because you are getting sufficient amount of leaves after your industrial training in the new scheme. But to answer this question again, it also again depends on team to team how your work life is after you join your industrial training, how your seniors are, how cooperative they are. So I would just suggest, whenever you are getting selected for the industrial training, just reach out to the people working there. Reach out to the industrial trainees on LinkedIn. I had also done this. Uh, I had also got offers from many different companies. I reached out to people on LinkedIn, and there were some articles or trainees who suggested me that you should not join here. There is some work-life balance is not there, or that work is a very toxic kind of thing. So definitely reach out to people working in different in your position, about who works in your department. That can really give you a reality check of what is actually going on, because not every the grass is always greener on the other side. We feel that these big companies, JP Morgan, GS and all, big glasses and very fancier things, but we should ask the trainees or the people working there about what actually goes on. Of course, it can go both ways. They might have a best work experience. So I would just suggest to reach out to people who are in which place you are going, in which department you are reaching out. So that can really help. And talking about studies, ultimately, I think it is up to you, what your mindset, your willpower, because after, everyone don't expect it to be easy. First of all, just accept that fact that you are pursuing now industrial training. Then after, it is not going to be that easy. You are stepping into a new role, you are stepping into a new company, so you have to manage things. On one hand, you have to also get out of your comfort zone, out of your articleship, move probably move to a new city, manage everything. So have that mindset, prepare beforehand, that of course things are not going to be that easy, but I think ultimately it is your willpower and mindset. Even if the working is quite hectic, you can find time on weekends, you can communicate to your manager, you can communicate to your team that clearing CA finals in first attempt is also my priority. And all these things can help you. Having a strong mindset and willpower, I think, ultimately helps to find the time, and having a proper time management after office, or studying in the morning, or late night after office, as per your schedule. So yeah, I think all this can help you.
Yes, well said, Abhishek. So, anyone wants to add to what Abhishek said? Is uh, Ritika, Mehul, anyone want to add to this? Is
Yeah, so what Abhishek said is absolutely right. That if we like we do have enough time in the new scheme, but still some factors need to be considered, like you know your personal factors, and then the culture in the company that you would be joining. How is the work culture there? So that you need to be well aware of before joining, so that there are no unexpected consequences after that. Yeah.
Well, and it's always advisable to start early. And if you don't have any clarity as to whether we want to go for industrial training or not, so from the articleship, at least you should take up a one subject within 3 or 4 months of joining. I guess you should start learning how to manage both the things, the work and the studies. So in the midway, you will be get to know whether I want to go into the IT. And if you want to go into the IT, then the preparations which you have just done will help you along. So it's is always advisable to start early. And as rightly mentioned in the new scheme, there is sufficient amount of time, so no need to worry about that. Well, those who are from the old scheme like me, they have to struggle. But luckily, I've started early, so well, no such issue for me. But yes, and most of the industries does have a weekend policy, which usually articleship firms does not have. So that's a blessing in disguise, I guess. So if you are not getting leaves, enough leaves, we say, like you are getting leaves for only 3 months, then this weekend can be a game changer for you. So if you use it well, as Ritika rightly said, it depends upon your lifestyle much more. You have to sacrifice a bit, like friends enjoying on the weekends and all, but you are juggling with your books and all. But still, yes, yeah, that's the thing.
Also, am I audible?
yeah,
Yeah. So deciding your domain priorly is the most important thing. I would suggest don't run behind the brands. Run behind domains in which you are really interested. So sometimes industrial training have its pros, but sometimes industrial training can backfire as well for some candidates. So deciding your role is very important. Say you are interested, you are working in a CA firm currently in internal audit domain, and you are interested in internal audit very well, and you want to go for big six post qualification, continue internal audit. But say some everybody is doing industrial, and you just jump ki I also want to go for industrial, and you just apply it blindly without searching for domain, and you just landed up in any other domain that's not at all related to internal audit. So firstly, I know this is only a training that you should gain experience at all, at everywhere, but at last, if you are set to your priorities, to the domain which you are interested in, so at your first job, you will be asked about your recent experience, and your recent experience will be your industrial training experience. So if you want to, take an instance now, if you want to go to Big Six in audit or tax domain only, in which you are currently working in firm only, then you should firstly think whether I should go for industrial or not. Like, it could backfire also. So you should decide firstly what your domains are. In my case, I was in statutory audit, core statutory audit and tax audit, and I did not, and I have done taxation as well a bit. So I don't want to go into audit and taxation. So I haven't applied to any vacancy that is based on audit or taxation. I was bit sure that I want to go into finance related domains first. Then comes the business finance or corporate finance and or FP. I just applied to these domains only, and then I got the offer. So firstly, decide your domain. Don't run behind brands. Run behind your interest and your interest for domains. Industrial training is a pro if you search. If you get good guidance, but don't run. Ki everyone is doing industrial, so I also want to do industrial. Sit firstly, and decide yourself. Yeah.
I believe as far as studies are concerned, I'm strongly driven by this quote, where there is a will, there is a way. So, it's completely up to you. It's completely in your mind. Like, as perfectly mentioned by Ritika, Abhishek, Mehul, and Shubhangi, that it's completely up to your lifestyle and everything. Because I've seen people getting a single digit rank even after studying for 3 to 4 months, in 3 to 4 months of study leave. And I've seen people getting failed. So I believe this is not because of you are in an industry or you are doing articleship. It's completely up to you and your way of living, your way of studying, and your way of prioritizing things. You cannot go to party every weekend and then say, I'm failing because I'm in an industry. No, that's wrong. So, yeah, you need to be mentally strong.
Very well quoted, Nishita. I agree.
Yeah, basically there is no universally, the best thing or the best approach. It's your permutation and combination, whichever you want to apply, but apply it well with, full confidence and full heart, and I think you can get whatever you want.
Yes,
Actually,
right.
I think after coming into the industry, it's much more easier to manage your studies. If you'll see, like only thing which
Yeah.
can impact you is the relocation thing, which basically which every one of us is not used to. But yes, with time you can manage the things. The thing is, where there is a will, there is a way. You should get started. That's it. Just get started. Everything else will fall into the places automatically.
Yes. So moving further, Abhishek, the next question is how to approach for companies for industrial training, and is industrial training better than firm for future government or PSU jobs?
Yeah, so to answer that question, whether the industrial training is good for, particularly if you're doing it from a PSU, like I am doing, so definitely it gives you an edge. It gives you a certain kind of experience which you can have on board your CV, and definitely you will get shortlisted for the PSU related jobs, and it will definitely help you after qualification. But also, I would just like to mention, I'm particularly speaking for BPCL. It doesn't offer the absorption after qualification. So we have a specific policy that we hire only through CA campus placement, and we don't means entertain the references or anything like that, because PSU has certain kind of criteria, certain kind of conditions. So definitely, but in campus interviews, PSU related companies will prefer you because you have worked in a PSU setup. Also, doing industrial training at a PSU will give you a lot of insights into how work-life balance will look like after you qualify. You can talk to your seniors, you can talk to the people around you, and observe them and how their profile is looking like, and how the various domains are looking like. So it definitely can help you in deciding whether you should go for a PSU related job or after qualification. And based on my experience till now, what I've observed is there is the best work life balance in PSU. Yeah, so means you might have to contribute on the fixed salary component after qualification, but if you want a good work life balance, and not hectic deadline client facing roles like in audit or finance, means core finance, like that, so PSU is for you, that I can say. Means so it completely depends on person to person. So definitely, it can help you a lot if you do industrial training from PSU, if you want to pursue the PSU related job in future. Yes.
Thank you, Abhishek, for sharing your valuable insights. So let's now open the stage for everyone to ask the question. I think Piyush has a question. So Piyush, if
Hello, am I audible?
yeah, you are.
So, like as Shubhangi said, that choosing domain is more important than choosing the firm, like and not running after big brand names. I totally agree with it. But the main issue that I'm facing is I'm not able to figure out that what all are the available domains where we can go for industrial trainings and like what exactly is a particular domain. Like suppose if there is business finance, there is corporate finance. What is the difference between the two? Or like what are the various domains and what is the difference? And how do I identify which domain is the one that I want to go for? Like I currently work in a Big Four in audit domain. And in the past 9 months, I've realized that audit is not something that I want to continue in my future. I want to go into the industry and particularly in the finance roles, like Shubhangi said. So, like, on what basis should I decide that which role or which domain should I go? Anyone
Okay.
can.
Yes, I could answer that. So, firstly, domains related to some are firstly business finance. You asked about business finance and corporate finance. Corporate finance includes capital budgeting side, cost of capital analysis. It's more like a holistic view, and you will work upon the MIS part as well in corporate finance. But business finance is a totally different domain. Business finance will run around the strategic planning side, the market analysis time ki how the competitors are performing, how we should perform, how should we should behave to the future trends, more forecasting work, more decision work. So business finance is related to that. Corporate finance is related to more of corporate restructuring, fundraising, that how to invest in various things. So it will be more like how to raise funds and how to allocate those funds. So hope you got the idea. And related to the domain part, I was about to cover that later, but I will cover here that there are domains related to finance, like one I am working in M&A, investment banking, venture capital, private equity. So venture capital and private equity, maybe you need to understand the difference as well. Other than finance, there are very good domains for which I was interested when I was searching for industrial. Those are corporate finance, business finance, and FP&A. Corporate finance and business finance, I have told you. Related to FP&A is more of a budgeting and forecasting side, and it's more of a like you make a budget for a company, that these all expenses and incomes are going to happen, and then there is a forecast, and then the real picture came into, then when the real financials came into picture, and then we do the variance analysis part. So we will understand what went wrong and to our strategy. So I was questioned about this budgeting and forecasting thing, difference between budgeting and forecasting thing in my Amazon interview as well. So yeah, this is I think you got a brief.
Could you like elaborate about your role or
I
something?
will elaborate
Acha,
in
oh, during your
when I
time,
got the
like,
chance, when I
yeah,
get
yeah,
the chance.
got it, got
Surely,
it, got it.
surely. I know
Like,
many have
my,
asked me on LinkedIn. I am flooded with the messages. Okay, please, can you please, guide us? Can you please to the role? So I am here to guide only. Like for my part, 10 minutes. I want to share my strategy, in which landed me more than 10 offers. I got 13 offers in total, including this Amazon one. So I want to share only one strategy that seriously 95% of work is done by that strategy only. I will not say about LinkedIn and anything else. So please be seated. I will share.
yeah, sure, not
Yes.
an issue. Like,
So
my main issue was like the domains are very fancy, like merchant banking, then treasury, your business finance, and everything. These sound very fancy, but like actual this thing is not available, I guess. Like, what is in the like what actually happens in a particular domain? Like, if we get that idea, like I guess that is why I joined this session to get an idea that what a particular domain is.
yes,
So,
Piyush, it will be answered further, giving the stage to Abhishek. So Abhishek, if you want to add something to this.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So to answer Kavita has asked a question that can industrial training really help you to decide your career path in future, and do you really see yourself working in industry? So Kavita, yes, definitely, it can really help you to understand what means what other than traditional CA, what a traditional CA does, and what else can you do in a corporate setup? What are the options or the domains available to you? So certainly, industrial training can really help you to decide your future plan of action. And I think to decide what to do, and more than this, what is important is what not to do. So definitely, you will get an idea of the various domains and what the options are available. And I talking about is there a work-life balance in the industry? So I really see myself working in the industry, considering everything, the work-life balance or the other things, the role involved, the kind of work involved. Because you develop connections here, the networking also takes place with the senior management, staff, the trustees. So these can really help you in the long run in your career in the industry. So yeah, definitely. And also apart from this, what I want to add is to search the industrial training vacancies. Of course, you all know to stay active on LinkedIn and so on. But what I would also suggest is to there is one platform called as My Student Club. So that platform has also helped me a lot. So a special mention to that platform, and also to the Padam Bansali. He's the founder of that platform. It is absolutely free for the CA students. You can just visit that platform, and that will give you to a set of vacancies which are available, and you can filter it out based on your location. For Pune, Mumbai, or whatever, Bangalore, whatever your specific domain is, whatever the specific location is. So that can also help you a lot in filtering out in your industrial training process. He also runs a special program where he guides you about how industrial training is, and what all program it offers if you are new to the industrial training, and how to prepare your CV right from scratch. He also conducts mock interview. So it also really gave me a real idea. It also helped me in my interviews where I was lacking. And the other tip also would I would like to give is give multiple interviews. Even if you are not in taking part in that domain, just appear for that interview. It would make you a better individual for the next one. And also point out the flaws. Whatever the interviewer means, ask the interviewer if for any feedback, and then just note it down and just prepare yourself better for the next one. So these small things can also help you to ultimately achieve, and just don't just aim for the dream companies. So just as Shubhangi mentioned, the domain is important. Even if you do it from a small boutique firm, but what kind of learning experience you are getting in, so that is also more important. So yeah, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to us on LinkedIn anytime. Any questions about applying, about industrial training, about registration, or anything kind of thing. So definitely, every one of us is available. Yeah. So that's all from my part. Well done.
Yes, thank you, Abhishek, for answering the question. Hope Kavita, the question is being answered. So further, anyone having question for Abhishek can ask in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Any one of you having question? So I think, Abhishek, we should move further. So if anyone have a question, we will move back to you. So further moving ahead, we have next Ms. Nishita Harwani from Unilever, having the department controllership and finance. So hi Nishita, can you just starting with the can you just elaborate about your role and give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Vedant. Am I completely audible and visible to everyone?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, Nishita.
Thank you so much. Hi, good evening, everyone. So long due session going on, but yeah, would try to keep it as crisp as possible and informative. So before going into my introduction, I would like to put a very basic question in front of every one of you in the panel and in this meeting as an audience. how many of you feel that we are applying over every opportunity for industrial training, but we are not hearing back from the company? Many. I was one in your position a year back.
I was also Nishita.
So there was a point of time, exactly a year back, wherein I doubted myself, like where I'm lacking. I have done everything, and still I'm not hearing back from the companies. And when I joined Unilever, I had 8 offer letters in my hand. So yeah, I got a basket of offer letters to decide wherein I should go and which domain and which industry would serve me the better or I could fit in. So yeah, I'm Nishita Harwani, working with Unilever in the finance domain. Coming to how our team works in Unilever is that we are the management part of Unilever. You working in the audit firm, may it be any BDO, KPMG, or mid-sized firms, anything. Okay, you deal with the management of the company. So we are those management people. Day in, day out, we are dealing with auditors. We are looking after the 99 subsidiaries of Unilever, including Hindustan Unilever. And you might have heard about Magnum ice cream separation, which Hindustan Unilever is taking these days. It's in news, it's in media, it's everywhere. Our team is working for that separation. Apart from that, our team works for P&L forecast. That is, of course, Q1 results for Unilever was live yesterday. It was everywhere, right? But to derive those profits, the working capital, everything, the supply chain forecast, our team as a finance integrity is responsible for that. So yeah, this is how our team in Unilever works. Coming to how I landed over getting 8 offer letters from zero was number one, of course, LinkedIn. Approach people in right way. You cannot go and approach anyone, but make sure. Firstly, you need to decide which domain and which industry is best suited for me. Apply for that domain and industry. Do not, do not, do not run in a race of others. You need to be very static what you want and why you want that. It should not happen ki I'll ended up in this industry, but I'm not liking it. Correct. Another thing which helped me is, of course, my student club. Number 3 was WhatsApp groups. There are various WhatsApp groups for industrial training which help you in and out every way. Number 4, of course, ICAI conducts various programs. For example, the one which was conducted by WIRC Vikasa to help out students get into their dream industrial training positions. And number 5, which always and always works, are your references. Make sure you have strong references. Be in touch with people and try to try to get into it and make sure that at least your CV is shortlisted, because the major problem which we face is CVs are not getting shortlisted. Industries like Unilever and big MNCs receive more than 100 CVs when they are looking for interns. So why your CV is selected and why we should call you for interview? You should be very thorough with that, right? And how to prepare for interview is, for example, coming to the finance role wherein I'm currently working, you need to be very clear with your CV, number one. Number 2, you need to be very clear with few Ind AS, as correctly mentioned by Mehul in the previous chat. Number 3, you need to know the company in and out, as rightly mentioned by Ritika before, and that why you are applying for this role, why you want us as an industry to select you as an intern. And yeah, so like that's the brief about my profile and how I landed up here. Yeah, selecting Unilever Finance was a difficult choice because I had other good MNCs as well, but again, this was something which was meeting my goals and what I really want post becoming CA. That's why I'm here today. And yeah, I'm open to questions from Vedant and other audiences.
Yes, thank you
Thank you.
for sharing. So, starting with the question and answers. So, first question I would like to ask is how to create an edge and increase chances of selection for industrial trainings, and how does exposure in industry differ from articleship?
Okay. So number one, how let's break these questions into two.
Yeah.
How to create an edge and how the traditional articleship differs from industry. Firstly, how to create an edge. So make sure your CV is very good. Very good. Okay. What you can do, you can check ATS score as perfectly shown by Ritika in the very first panel itself. Number two, you should have perfect certifications for the role you are applying for. You should have soft skills and technical skills. For example, if I'm applying in a big industry like Unilever and I do not know how SAP or Tally or Excel or PPT is working, then I should know that before rather than directly applying to them, because these are very basic things and Excel is a tool which every industry would test on. So you should assure that your CV includes all this, if not everything, but yeah, majorly from them. And yeah, your co-curricular needs to be strong. And third and most important thing is your articleship experience, because what you are learning in the first year of your articleship would be your approach in the industry as well, right? So your attitude has to be the learning one rather than just going through a repetitive or mundane process. And coming to the second question, it was how traditional articleship differs from industrial training. So, traditional articleship is majorly based upon conventional roles like statutory audit, internal audit, taxation, again, DT, IDT. Nowadays, we are also able to see M&A in Big Fours, Big Six, and various mid-sized firms, obviously. But when I come to industry, the roles are different. The best thing which I found in industry is that here I am responsible for my work. So when I was doing articleship in one of the firms, what used to happen is if I'm working on something, my manager would review that, and then that would be the forwarded to client or whatever it is, right? But here in industry, I'm accountable, I'm responsible and answerable to whatever I have done. So it creates a sense of, responsibility in me that no, I'm supposed to do it correctly because my name is associated with it. So I cannot do anything wrong, right? So that's the best thing I have found in industry. Secondly, in industry, you see the other side of the table. Like when I was in the firm, I was working in an audit domain. So I was on the other side of the table, and now I'm on the other side of table. So it's a complete full circle, which I came to know ki, okay, if I'm asking for audit samples, how it works on the management side, what really happens there. So this is what I'm learning. And third thing, of course, see here we are dealing with management, senior management, CFOs, and everyone. But when I was in articleship firm, so I was directly dealing with clients or maybe the person, the manager I'm directly reporting to. So these are the major differences. And of course, when you are in an industry, you definitely get an edge while applying or looking for a job. Yeah.
Yes. So next question is how to decide whether you should go for industrial training or not. सबका ऐसा होता है क्वेश्चन कि हमें इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग करनी चाहिए या नहीं. सो वी आर राइट नाउ वर्किंग इन फर्म्स, ये आर्टिकलशिप चालू है, तो हमें अप्रोच करना चाहिए इंडस्ट्रियल के लिए. वेदर देर इज ऑलवेज अ प्रोज एंड कॉन्स ऑफ हैविंग इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग. सो
करेक्ट.
या
ओके, सो सी ये तो है कि every coin has two sides. Now I as an individual need to decide कि what I want in life. मुझे आगे जाके if I want to do a job in MNC, if I want to work with a CA firm, if I want to land up in Big Four, if I want to open my own practice, मुझे पार्टनर बनना है या खुद का कोई प्रैक्टिस खोलना है, या अनकन्वेंशनल रोल्स लाइक मुझे इन्फ्लुएंसर बनना है, कंटेंट क्रिएटर बनना है. सो you need to be clear about that before deciding whether you are supposed to go for an industry or continue with your current firm. अब जब एक साल पहले मैं ये सब सोच रही थी तो I was like, मुझे नहीं पता मुझे क्या करना है, अब क्या करना चाहिए मुझे? What? मतलब मेजोरिटी ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स आर इन दिस डिलेमा कि आई डू नॉट नो पोस्ट सीए मुझे क्या करना है, अब मैं इंडस्ट्री में जाऊं या नहीं जाऊं. दिस वाज द क्वेश्चन व्हिच आई हैव बीन गेटिंग थ्रू मेनी ऑफ माय जूनियर्स एंड फ्रेंड्स. So, see, industry definitely provides you an edge because campus में industry के basis पर shortlist होना easy है. And MNCs like Unilever, तो they give you PPO even before clearing your exams. So that's a good thing you are having in your hand even before qualifying CA. So yeah.
Yes. Uh, anyone who wants to add to what Nishita said is Mehul, Abhishek, anyone of you?
Yes, I completely agree with Nishita. As for someone who is not yet have clear goals as to whether to go for industrial training or should proceed with the practice, they can have in backup a cushion. Like when applying for the campus, the industrial trainee tag will look good on your CV, and accordingly, your chances of getting hired in that any MNCs will get increased. So yeah, that's the thing. And even if you have a PPO in your hand, then it's a cherry on a cake.
Correct. And nowadays, in fact, ratio of passing of students is also increasing. So there
That's
has
why,
to
because yeah, actually, with the inception of the new scheme, though the number of subjects have decreased and also the number of leave have increased, but at the same time, the number of the students who are passing these exams is also increased. So yeah, there is a massive disruption in the job market of the CAs. So yes, definitely, if you are someone who is still experimenting with your life and want to see whether it is for me industry, let's accept this thing. Like any one of us haven't figured out like basically we want to go there. We all of us were just experimenting. First we did with the articleship, then with the industrial training. It might be the thing for us and might not be the thing for us. Well, that only the time will tell. But for now, if you want to, have a taste how industrial training life looks like for you, then definitely you should consider.
Yes, definitely. I think rightly mentioned by Nishita and Mehul that industrial training, and my personal suggestion also would be that everyone should think about planning to go to industrial training, because and especially in the new scheme where you don't have to worry about the study leaves, because earlier on it major factor was the study leaves also, because in industrial mostly articles used to get 3 months, 4 months kind of study leaves as per the company's policy or as per the tradition, whatever is in that company. So definitely in the new scheme, you will get to experiment with the new things, even if you haven't figured out what you would need to do post CA, whether you would job or practice. But these industry would give you a hands-on experience about how different domains are. You would get to interact with the experienced people working on the management side or the other senior people working in different domains. So definitely I would suggest everyone to try your hands on the industrial training, especially if you are in the new scheme. Yeah.
Yes. Also, your first attempt, your firm name doesn't matter at all during your industrial training. I myself is from an upper mid-size firm only, and I haven't cleared my C intermediate in first attempt itself as well. So still you can get into. Also, some students land up in like only Big Six offers those finance domains, na. So some people, some students have the interest for finance, that they want to go for finance, but they somehow didn't get into that because upper mid-size firm usually don't have those domains. So it's a chance for you to switch to that. So yeah, don't let it go.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And there are actually a lot of industrial training opportunities these days. And as rightly pointed out by Shubhangi, I guess in her previous speech, that it's not necessary that you just apply into well-known companies or dream companies. You can even choose to work with a startup, because myself working with a startup, I definitely embrace my experience, because in a startup you get the chance to work hand in hand with the founders, the directors of the company. So that also gives you a different kind of a learning. So you can also look apart from, just the big names in the market. You can also look for industrial training opportunities, in other companies also, which are not that well known. And that can also give you, a really good experience, because in my experience, it's not just what I have worked on the client, but I have also seen how a company is grown and how a company, takes its baby steps, and, the internal working of a company also I have got, hands of experience on it. So yeah.
Yes, thank you all for sharing this uh, valuable insight. So next question for Nishita is कि does सबको ऐसा रहता है कि whether industrial training हमें work life balance provide करता है या नहीं? Does industrial training offer work life balance better than traditional C articleship?
Okay. So I personally believe is that industrial training offers comparatively more work-life balance than what traditional C articleship used to do, because number one, we have complete holidays on weekends. Okay, so you have Saturday, Sunday, whatever you want to do. Number two, new scheme mein to now I believe students would be able to get 7 to 8 months ka study period. So obviously, like you have good time to gain your hands on, may it be studies or may it be whatever hobbies or co-curricular activities you are interested in. Number three, what I have seen and observed is that industries generally work from time to time. For example, it's like I have seen if it's not a due date or something like that, we generally end our day by 6. So that's fair enough. But when I was in a firm, the deliverables which we have to give to our client may last up to 12, may last up to 1. So it's like that. So I believe industries definitely give you more work-life balance than traditional articleship firms. I'm open if anybody wants to add to
Yes,
it.
Yes, but still, you should, be aware of every consequences, because not every case is the same. It depends on your schedule as well.
Correct.
As my timings are 2 to 11, so um, uh, 2 to 11 are timings. So for the person who is an early riser, this will work. Like I am glad that I am an early riser and I used to study at morning only. So I am getting a huge time in morning to study. But for someone who used to study at night, so his schedule will totally get imbalanced, because the only time he or she will get is in morning only, because 2 to 11 is timing. You will reach at home at 12. But yes, it totally depends, and you should get aware of all the things before getting into a company. Yeah.
This is actually strange. I have heard it for the first time. Some teams are working from 2 to 11. Like
Because
that's
major
great.
clients
I
My
appreciate
time,
it.
my
major
shift is
clients
only
are
12
in
to
US
9
only.
as well.
Yes.
Sorry?
Several
Quite
companies have.
normal, yes. Yeah, several comes. Even my shift is also from 12 to 9.
Okay.
Okay.
And I've seen one of my friend working in Apollo, whose timing is from 1 to 9.
I
Yeah,
could leave office before as well, but I should stay. I should be working only till 11. Work
should
from
look
home
after
is not
family.
allowed in Amazon Abhi. Totally, it's work from office only. But yes, you can complete a specified amount of hours, then you can leave for home. But you should stay at work till 11 at your home as well. But you should come to. There is no work from home, so you should daily come to office. Yes.
So yeah, obviously you should completely know the details of work schedule and everything before getting into whatever domain or industry you are.
Totally right.
Exactly. Half knowledge is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes.
yes.
Like Shreyash wants to ask
Yes,
something, yeah?
moving further, mm, question and answers to first, Shreyas, you can ask your question if you want.
Yes. Hello, good evening, everyone. My question was same about I should go for industrial training or not. But my case is that I am still figuring that whether I should do practice or I should do job. And I am slightly tilted towards practice. You can say 55% I want to do practice and 45 for job. So I am confused that whether I should go or not, because my articleship span has been 8 months till now. So if I want to decide, it is the right time. but I am still confused because I am thinking that I can move to practice also. So would it be beneficial if I go to industrial training and then I decided that I will do practice?
As far as I can understand, is I was also in your basket exactly a year back because I'm still confused if I should go for a practice or maybe a job. That's why, but I chose industrial training as a backup and as a safe play. What if my mind changes and I don't want to go for practice? So at least I should have something in my hand. And of course,
Something
Unilever gives PPO.
established
So
with you.
yeah, sorry, Mehul.
Yeah, as you said, like as a backup, you have something foundation with you so that you
Yeah, correct. And if
can.
still I want to go for practice, then there is no harm in it. Like
Yes.
I can any day switch it and go to practice.
Exactly. No experience is a waste of time.
Correct.
In either of the places you are going to learn.
Uh,
And I think in this case, you can also pay attention to what experience you have had till now in your current CA firm. And you should, also consider that if you stay there, then how can your experience be? Is there any, scope to learn further in that current firm or not? I think this should also be a point of consideration before deciding whether to go for industrial or not.
Yes, also it is a subjective question that depends on person to person. Like there's a pros and cons, both are there. So pros are like you will get hands-on real experience. You will get into strategy building. You will meet to a very people like CAs, lawyers, MBAs, those of those big MNCs. So you can advise your client at a later stage of time when you start your practice better. Also, this is the one thing you build your soft skills as well, the communication level which you get at the industrial level. So you can help that at your practice as well. And the other side of the coin is if you have decided now at the prior stage only ki I want to do practice, maybe it could be GST practice, it could be tax practice, or it can be overall CA core practice. So and in your locality, in your city only. So if you are that much clear, you should you should join a mid-sized firm in that city only, if you are point to point correctly, and continue there and start building your clients at your articleship only. So if you are clear that much, so in you don't have you should not have any thing. Like industrial training can help to build your overall personality, that will obviously work for you when you open your practice. But if you are that much clear, then if you want to if you have interest in taxation and say you want to open a taxation practice, and if you are going for an FP&A thing, then it might help you, but your ultimate goal now. So it will be better if you start building your client there, staying there only. So yeah, that's okay. So it depends on person to person.
Yeah.
And Shreyas, let me keep it very brutally honest with you. अगर ये करने से दो चीजें पता तो चलेगी, अगर तुम्हें कंटिन्यू करना है या नहीं करना है. Either you will get to know whether I want to go this way or whether I go with the practice. ठीक है. And also what's worth looking at and considering in the industrial training in the big giants is that how they manage these whole variables at the very little granularity to the very big things. It's worth noting the workflow, the processes, the way they work, the discipline they have, so that there are minimum breaches in the works and all. So it's, if you want to have a taste of it, then you should must consider having an experience of industrial training. So Abhi is the right time for you because you are an intern, not a permanent employee. Okay, then not all the policies that strict are for the employees will not be applied for you. You will be there as an intern. Intern का क्या होता है? Just जाओ, explore करो, do mistakes, learn from it. Okay, there is always someone above you who is looking for you until unless you are in Unilever, where the accountability is taught you in a very good manner. Just yeah, it's a very good thing actually. But abhi it's a very safe time for you to go and explore. And also, as Shubhangi also made, parallelly up, you can work on the practice and then do a transition from corporate to your practice. So as a backup and as an perspective to explore, it's a very good goal. You should consider this.
Yeah. Shreyas, talking about my perspective, I would also advise you to go to industry, even if you are 55%, you have chance of going into practice. Because what industry will give you is, it will make your connections deeper with the senior people, and that connections can help you to get clients in your later on in your practice, and you will get to know how to, be in a corporate setup, how to talk to people, communication skills, soft skills, as also mentioned by Shubhangi, how the corporate setup works, how to bring in more clients, how to talk to people, to get into your client base. And it is natural human tendency, after starting practice, because we all know that you don't get clients very quickly. You do your work through mouth publicity. People know your work, and then they refer other people also. So at the point of time, you might also start to feel that, what if I would have gone to a corporate job, because here the earnings are not that quite well. So you won't have this regret, because you already would have experienced this industry kind of setup. So that would, these 2 points also I wanted to add along with the other panelists. So yeah, these things can certainly help you in if you go for industrial training. Yeah.
Correct. And like adding to it, the bigger the network, the more the client base you will have. So absolutely, industry would help you very much in that.
Definitely. Like a year
Correct,
ago, I
correct.
also had the same dilemma as to whether the practice or whether the corporates. But then one conclusion I set my mind is, if you are going to the industry, make sure you make the worthwhile connections and make the enough capital so that you can don't have to lap on the
Correct.
loans and debts, and so you can be independent. Your hands will be free that much. ठीक है अभी initial years में you can work in the corporate, have some capital and the deeper connections, then ठीक है it will help you to leverage more upon your practice side, so it's a win-win situation in any ways. इधर खोने को कुछ नहीं है. No experience is a waste of time, as Vika rightly mentioned. So yes.
Yes,
Thank you
thanks
so
all
much.
for sharing. Hope Shreyas, the question is being answered.
Yes, yes, perfectly.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
So we have a question for Nishita in the chat box from Akash. So it is like how to make the LinkedIn pro stronger.
I also have the same question.
So, in order to make a LinkedIn profile stronger, like mine is stronger because of my own interest to participate in extracurricular activities and to be there in every national talent hunt and all the ICI
And you are best at it. You are
paper
very
presentations and everything. Correct. So, obviously, you can always cherish upon ICI events. There would be two things. Number one, your soft skills would be improved drastically. And number two, you would have friends and network like anything. Today, like I can bet I have a one friend in every city of India. I have friends overseas because I went to represent India internationally. So yeah, like I have friends everywhere. So it's not about having friends everywhere. It's like I have a client base. If at all I'm planning to go in practice, or if at all I'm planning to go for content creation or influencer or anything. So yeah, stay in touch with ICI events. Try to participate maximum you can, so that your soft skills are improved, and try to learn new things. Keep your attitude towards learning so that you can definitely cherish upon all them and have a greater edge.
Yes, ICI is that catapult which can, drastically leverage your personality to
Correct.
any skill. So just utilize and maximize whatever opportunity. Just do participate in each and every damn event. Just go represent yourself. If you are winning, then it's a good experience for you. If you are not, then it's all about the learning and come back again improved and then show off yourself. So yeah.
Yeah. And also, yeah. Ritika, you want to go? Yeah, you can.
No, nothing. Just both of them have, absolutely perfectly pointed it out. So yeah.
Yeah, correct. And also adding on to that, what I feel is, participating in these events, of course, definitely helps. I've also been to, elocution debate competitions, and, sharing that kind of experience on LinkedIn, and writing your thoughts on LinkedIn about whatever topic you're interested in, and not just chasing followers, likes. So
Correct.
these also can help you to build a strong LinkedIn profile. Also, in my interviews also, I was also kind of mentioned about my LinkedIn profile, because the interviewers also saw my profile and knew that I was into public speaking, I was into these events, I was into writing. So she also appreciated that fact, that probably that was the reason she also shortlisted me. And these extracurriculars also can stand out in your CV. It also, helps you to articulate your thoughts clearly in your mind also while speaking. So definitely, these all can help.
And I believe CS students like do not go to college or they do not have something extracurricular. So they should definitely be associated with ICI and Vikasa or whatever CASA it is in your area. So you need to be associated with that. So yeah,
Actually,
Definitely,
CASA has,
definitely.
set up this whole thing to fill up that void of us not joining
correct.
the
And I'm forever grateful for this initiative because
Mm.
it has shaped me a lot.
Definitely, definitely. And I would also encourage people and students to, we are mostly in our comfort zones, in our study books. We have very stage fear of how other people will react, how others will feel. So we should not just, overburden ourselves with all these kinds of thoughts. Just explore, just go and participate, just have that experience, build connections. And slowly you will learn from your experience and become a better individual in each of these events. Yeah.
Correct.
Yes, thank you all. Thank you, Nishida. It was great talking to you. So further moving ahead, we have next panelist, Mr. Mehul Baredia. So, uh, so over to you, Mehul. So introduce yourself. Give us a brief idea, your role, your domain.
Yes, thank you so much, first of all, for giving me an opportunity, the Pune branch of ICASA, to, you know, give me an opportunity to create an impact of such students' life in a very way. But firstly, let me share my journey, how I started this whole thing. Just as everyone, industrial training was a black box for me. Like what it is, इसमें कैसे, how you apply, what's the timeline, what forms are needed, and as Piyush has correctly mentioned, the fancy job terms. For that, Piyush, I will personally say that keep tracking on the LinkedIn post and whichever where the vacancy is, just have that keyword and search upon it. You will find lots of videos and lots of articles in the internet circulating like anything. So you can, have a deeper, understanding of it, like as to in terms of growth and in terms of your personal growth, where it falls for you and whether it is for right choice for you or not. So this way you can filter out whether to, the domain selection we say. So yes. So for me, it was much more of a like, and well, first let me uh, address the elephant in the room. The first thing, attempts do not matter in the industrial training while you are applying, because being a multiple attempt student, I can make it, then you can definitely can. So it's all about the mindset and the way you approach. So I am share the few of the strategies which I personally used while I was hunting down the industrial training companies. So as the first thing, my article ship was from the mid-sized firm in my Rajkot city, a very small city in the Gujarat. Yep. And investment banking in particularly and the finance intrigued me a lot. So I started hunting the same. And the resources which I used is the My Student Club, which Abhishek rightly mentioned. And then there was one WhatsApp group, ICA IT discussion, where all the vacancies were posted, and then few were Telegrams group, and then there was a LinkedIn and the company's actual careers website. So these all are the resources through which I have applied to. And then, yep, that was the thing. I got the interview scheduled with them, and the things were going on. And the most of the things were, already discussed by the other panelists. So yeah, it's the same thing for each and every one of us. So we can, start with the questions right now.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you, Mehul, for the introduction. So, starting with the question, so first I would like to ask that how to find industrial training opportunities at MNC like a UBS, and how to prepare for interview and stand out in the interview so that our chance of being selected is higher.
Well, firstly, how to find, let's, simplify that thing. How to find, you can simply go to the company's website as UBS ka hai. So you can just simply go to the careers portal and look for the keyword of intern and just apply it. Just look at the job description first. whether it is resonating with your goals or not, and then just go and give a shot. And then you can also refer to a few groups of WhatsApp, Telegrams, and then my student club is also a great source, which was way too helpful for me. I used to wake up early in the 5 a.m. and used to always check whether there are any new vacancies for my specified domains or not, and just hit that submit button. And yes, the one and very small thing, keep your resume handy. Like many of the times I've seen, like they are also confused in the templates. Like which template should I apply with? Whether this is the more ATS score, this is the lower one. Should I go with this or should I go with this? Not no. That's not the thing. Just apply it, and the rest speak of it. Also, the readability of the resume should be there. And can be out in the interview. Firstly, stick to the job description and make sure you do your homework. Would be around 500. And it's only
I think there is a network issue from Mehul's side.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, but the video is being stopped. Yeah, right now you are.
Now am I completely visible and audible?
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yes, right now you are.
Hello. Okay. Okay. So let's start it again. So for the interview tips, the foremost thing, stick to a job description first, because that's the core thing which they want from you. Take it, just do your homework, and whatever written in that. And it's not necessary that you have all the skills which are from that particular. They also look for the appetite, the hunger you have, the curiosity you have, and that should be genuine, and that should be can be reflected through the way you are asking questions, the way you are presenting yourself in the interview. That can as we say in the vibe, interviewer ko wo vibe aa jati hai, like from you. So stick to homework, and then rehearse your work experience well. Like आपने जो भी काम किया है, like just don't have a script, have a story. Because if you have a story, then they will have a genuine interest in hearing that. So you can explain yourself better to them. And yes, and then also dress formal. That's a very prerequisite thing. Just don't sit like any other course. Dress formal, and always wear a smile, and be confident. Because being confident and wearing is, even if you are, as Abhishek previously mentioned, that if you don't know about anything, then just don't go and bluff on upon it. It will look bad. Okay, just simply say them. I haven't touched that topic right now, but I definitely will look after this session, and looking forward to learn more about it. So you can just simply tell them and accept. Like even in case of my experience, I was way much overwhelmed because the job description requirement was such, and I have so many options and resources to prepare from. So from where do I start? Well, the first thing is your work experience. Then the simple index, which is 105 leases, just do it. And the derivatives concept, the ratios, the basic finance understanding which you have. And then just read the banking balance sheet, because my job description was such. I was in the capital resources stream, in which there are prominently assets and liabilities parameters are posted, and reconciliations between the balance sheet across the divisions and countries are. So that I refer to the banking balance sheet, the schedule that we have, the profit, the P&L statement as well. So this is how you can prepare. And if you just don't know, then just don't bluff more, and ask more genuine questions, and also talk in terms of the value addition, just activities, like how you add value, like just have to carry it out, but also ask them in what phase, and looking for me to come and perform.
Sorry to
Both ways I
interrupt
can
you,
add value to the firm.
but I think there is a
Yeah,
network issue from your side. The video is being lagging and
So
your voice is not clear, I think.
let me go and just stick to my audio only. Well, if that works with you.
Ah.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
audible.
So let me no, I just you want to
Mehul, but I think it's still lagging. So I think we will get back to you, and sometimes you can fix it out. So starting with the next.
Let me rejoin the meeting.
Yeah,
You can move on.
Yes.
Yeah, let me rejoin.
Yes, please. So moving to the next panelist, we have Mrs. Shubhangi Jain from Amazon. So hi, Shubhangi.
Hello, Vedant. Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Hope you are enjoying the session. And first of all, thank you, Vikasa Pune, for giving me this opportunity. Through this platform, I can convey my thoughts and my experience. That will be really helpful for you. I hope that. So, my name is Shubhangi Jain. I have recently joined Amazon a month prior only. So, I don't know that much about the process as I have not worked that much yet. But I have got various orientations, training, and KTs, and I have worked a little bit as well, so I can explain what my domain is about. So I am in a mergers and acquisition team. We handle various investments of Amazon, cost basis, and equity basis as well. We handle intangibles, impairment analysis. We handle goodwill in the books of Amazon, and we handle various equities, equity warrants, PPA, like how PPA works in US market, impairment analysis. We manage mark to market as well, and we are also in the decision making side as well for various M&As. Not only it's worldwide M&A. That's why my timings are this. So I am involved in that. So that is a brief about my role. I can only give that only as I have joined recently only. So yeah. Someone has asked me in the between as well, how to how to get into these companies, how to, apply. So basically, I'll answer firstly that because I am getting a lot of DMs regarding that, and I want to convey this firstly to the every student who is searching for industrial. So basically, not only for Amazon, like how to get into Amazon. I just applied from the portal, but that doesn't matter ki you got reference. I got 13 offers in total, and I will say all are from the portal and the mentioned site only, mentioned email only. I just simply sent my resume. I got interview. I got called for interview and I got selected. But what matters is not getting a call. What matters is getting selected now. So you may get call after references as well, but आपको reference से call आएगा. But that is like 6 contenders आपके साथ होंगे. आपको interview के लिए call आएगा. You will not get selected. You need to pass the interview. So the ultimate thing is interview and your resume. So let me start with the instances which really helped me to get industrial, and 99% of my work is done by that only. It may depend person to person. सब किसी को LinkedIn में help किया, किसी को क्या, but for me, I got 13 offers from this only. So yeah, we are articles. We have 2 years of articleship right now. I have 3 years of articleship. I am in old scheme, so I had 1.5 years of articleship and 1.5 years of industrial training. So we have articleship, though this will be very less for you people. It's only one year only, na. So you have a treasury opened before you, and you are neglecting that thing. Okay, so let me start with my instances. I was basically from statutory audit domain, and normal things which is done in statutory audit and tax audit, I have done that. So basically everyone is talking about when to start for searching industrial training and when to start your preparation. Do not start I would recommend you do not start your preparation for industrial training 4 months prior only, but do not approach to LinkedIn for that. Approach LinkedIn before 2 months ago, it will be fine. Or if you go to LinkedIn 1.5 months ago before, that will also be fine. So let me share my instances. So every firm, we are in mid-size firm or upper mid-size or big size, every firm has something's going on that is not allotted to us, but we can get get knowledge of that now. We just need the time, we just need to get the hunger for knowledge. So my principal used to taunt me कि Shubhangi, you are very like तुमको सब कुछ सीखना है, and मतलब you want to learn very much, so it's fine. So in my firm, first the company for which I was doing audit, it's a very huge infra client. So first time Indes adoption was going on in that, and it's a very rare opportunity to get hands on first time Indes adoption. Like it was getting converted into AS to Indes because its net worth was crossed. So I couldn't got the opportunity, though I have done total audit of that, but I was not placed in that team. Our whole team was divided into two. Two seniors were doing the index conversion part and others were doing the audit part. I was placed in the audit side, but I so wanted to do that thing कि मुझे वो first time index adoption करना है. So what I did was कि I had access to all the files. Normally articles have access. Even मेरी company के अलावा I have access to other files as well. जो दूसरी companies है मेरी firm के पास, I can open that as well. तो मुझे यहाँ इस company का तो सब कुछ पता है कि कहाँ सब क्या है. So they used to update regularly the files for Index adoption. I used to check that. I spent thrice the amount of time than the person who has done that. So उसके लिए what I used to do that कि firstly their appendix was given from the ICAI कि how you should approach for first time Index adoption. That was read by my senior and that was read by my principal as well. So I should also begin with that only. So that was kept in the same folder. I used to whenever I get free time, I used to I read all that. I revised my first time Index first time adoption of Index as well. I used to open those files. अभी बहुत सारी चीजें मुझे नहीं समझ में आएगी because I am alone, no senior is there, and seniors usually will say कि do the work allotted to you. So I used to grab my friends that is placed in the different client, but they have done that thing priorly in the different company since they are senior. So I used to grab them in the lunch time, and we used to go downstairs lunch time. So I stopped prior to 4 months doing that downstairs as well. I was just opening that laptop and just doing the analysis part. So I used to grab them, उनसे सारी चीज़ें जो नोट डाउन करी वो पूछ लेती थी एंड लेट देम गो. देन आई यूज टू गिव देम ट्रीट एज वेल फॉर दैट, लाइक चॉकलेट्स, पानीपुरी ट्रीट्स एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. सो मैंने I put my 1.5 months in that Index conversion, and उसके बाद मुझसे वो interview में भी पूछा गया, and I have mentioned that as well. So if you are going to spend thrice the amount of time to the work which you have been not allotted, I have basically done that. In fact मैंने उन्हें जाके भी बोलता ये आपने कैसे किया, तो they have corrected that as well. So जिसने वो work नहीं किया, because मैंने इतना search कर लिया था उसके बारे में. So no matter what, तुमको allotted कितना work है doesn't matter कि तुम उतना ही show करते हो. तुम्हारे पास कितना knowledge है, you need to expand your knowledge. You have treasury in your second instance. I wanted to do consolidation of a big client. So my client was a big, but its consolidation was already done by senior. So I was not given that. So I went to my principal that I want to do the consolidation, give me that. I insisted my principal, go to your principal, whatever you need to build your resume will decide, and the resume will be shown at your interview and you will be asked. So he gave me an consolidation. That was a small client, that is basically an hospital which have two subsidiaries, one is Nigeria and one is in India. So I did that consolidation, but I didn't got satisfied because it has less adjustment since it was small. So I did that consolidation. Nextly, what I did, I opened those files, those huge client which I am doing audit of. It has 7 to 9 GBs. I opened that. I again started, analyzing. I opened those files. I again started analyzing all those things. And उसमें भी मुझे doubts आए, बहुत सारी दिक्कत आई. So I again used to grab those friends. You have friends. You are in mid-size. You have access to all the folder. You have treasury in your hands, and you are searching for LinkedIn ki approach people. Don't do that things I have done that, I will not deny that. But after all things, when I am sitting here, I with an opportunity, I can analyze that all the offers which I get are because of this work only. I was literally questioned ki, okay, you have done first time Ind AS adoption. What is the difference between unbilled revenue shown in Ind AS में कैसे show करते हैं and AS में कैसे show करते हैं for unbilled revenue? Unbilled revenue is basically a very crucial thing for an infra company. So and I answered that. So no, I spent thrice the amount of time in that consolidation as well, as compared to the person who have really did that. So that is done. I wanted to mention a payroll thing as well, that I have done the audit of salary part, so of a big client. So I was not allotted the same, nothing like that. I was junior, that's why I'm not allotted. During the allocation, somehow every time I didn't get that salary part, so I insisted my senior give me that payroll thing. So he said ki you have already been allotted with so much work, that this will be extra for you. I said it's fine. I used to, मैं 1 hour ज़्यादा रुकती थी, and it's not always like you are working only in the mid-size firms. आपके पास हर टाइम काम हो ऐसा नहीं होता है. तो ऐसा मेरा दिखता था कि मैं हर टाइम काम कर रही हूँ, बट मेरा काम हो जाता था 3 hours 4 hours में, बट स्टिल आई एम वर्किंग ओनली. आई वॉज एनालाइजिंग द थिंग टू ऐड इन द रिज्यूमे, एंड सिर्फ ऐड करने से काम नहीं चलेगा. यू विल बी क्वेश्चन इन दैट, यू शुड हैव थॉरो अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ दैट. सो मैंने वो पेरोल भी किया. पेरोल में मुझे बहुत दिक्कत आई. माई सीनियर raised at me because I have done blunders of mistake, but those mistakes were asked in the interview. Those mistakes मुझे पता चल गया, अच्छा मैंने यहाँ mistake करी. It was kept in my mind कि मैंने यहाँ mistake की, and those were asked in the interview. So what I said was, I got an investment bank as well, in which most of the candidates, 8 candidates were selected, and I got the list of those 8 candidates as well, because 15 minutes के gap में सबका round था. So their firm was also mentioned. So I could see that only 2 candidates were from the mid-size firm, that was including me, and 1 girl was also there who is from mid-size. Okay, so at the end, I cleared first round, I cleared second round, and in third round, only 2 contenders were there. Guess who? I was there, and 1 Deloitte candidate was there. So I was so happy कि I have, surpassed those big 6 candidates, because I have something to speak. I have done something. So you have treasury open. Though I couldn't get that investment bank offer, but I have got another investment bank offer. Though that Deloitte candidate was selected, but still I was happy कि I have done something. So, or also your industrial preparation couldn't be done like आज तुम्हें call आया कल interview, so you are preparing from 2 days. No, you should start from 4 months. Like I have changed my resume 6 times. Yes, I have changed my resume 6 times. क्यों? मैं add कर रही थी अपनी चीजें. So I was not focusing on LinkedIn कि approach people. Yes, it's fine. I have done that, but the results came from this. You have treasury in your hand, and that treasury is only for 1 year. I had it for 1.5 years, but you have only 1 year. You should speak at the interviewer. Those materials which are for FP&A, for M&A के लिए अलग material, FP&A के लिए अलग material, corporate finance के लिए अलग material, guide कि ये material follow करके एक दिन में आप interview दो. No, they don't want. I was asked in the interview one finance related question that I could remember from those thing. What is derivatives and type of derivatives? Otherwise it was totally my articleship experience, that like मैं ऐसे show करती थी अपना articleship experience, they would become so curious कि मैंने infra client किया, infra client में मैंने EPC भी किया है, ham model भी किया है, ये भी किया. So they will get curious कि तुमने hand model इनमें difference क्या है. So you should make your articleship experience so wide that interviewer do not get chance, he will get into your कि यार कितनी knowledgeable है ये. So it's like that. Also I would like to mention कि yes, those materials, I would like to say just basic understanding about the domain is fine, because they want a person who have a good they know कि where you are coming from. You are an article ना, where you are coming from, they know your work. So how could he spend कि तुम्हें FP&A करना कैसे आता है, how will you budget and forecast. They will just add what is the difference between budgeting and forecasting. So instead of reading those materials, instead of spending time on LinkedIn to approach people, yes, it's fine, but more will be helpful to you. So if a person who is very simple, who has not ever opened their LinkedIn account, it's fine if it's approach 2 months before industrial as well. You do not need to approach. You can approach to people. You can take advices. You can take references as well. The best thing is that you will get a call. That otherwise you will also get. So what I am sharing the strategy ki if normal person 2 months before as well, don't apply before 1.5 months. You will not get entered in my any company. Go to in England before 2 months, and it's not necessary to ping people. Just follow 4 to 5 accounts. It's okay, you don't have any follower, you don't have anything written on your profile, just your name is enough. So CA finalist is enough. I also had CA finalist, CMA finalist, that's it. So 4 to 5 people को follow कर लो. They usually post every vacancy that is coming from everywhere. So तुम्हें compile मिल गई. Also join one of the WhatsApp groups for industrial. That's it. Apply directly from the, and there will be a flooding of vacancy when you will get eligible there, because there is a cycle going on in the market कि if इस बच्चे का इंडस्ट्रियल का टेन्योर खत्म हो रहा है तो उससे 1 महीने पहले दूसरी की हायरिंग होगी. सो दिस इज अ साइकिल. अटेम्प्ट सेम ही है, अटेम्प्ट सेम जगह आएंगे एंड यू विल गेट एलिजिबल अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट. सो उन पे नॉर्मली अप्लाई करना. मैंने नॉर्मली ही अप्लाई किया था कि देयर इज अ वैकेंसी इन दिस, प्लीज अप्लाई बाय दिस लिंक, प्लीज अप्लाई बाय सेंडिंग योर रिज्यूमे टू दिस. दैट्स इट. Where your time is getting, please give your time to this articleship opportunity, because at the end you need to crack the interview, you need to overshine from the 6 people who are standing by your side. And after that, no matter what, वो कोई से भी Deloitte, कोई से भी हो, Big 6 से हो या किससे, your knowledge should shine. मेरे साथ ये होता था कि मैं फर्म में हूँ एंड आई वुड गेट अ कॉल कि 3 बजे इंटरव्यू. आई वुड रन डाउन स्टेयर्स एंड जस्ट गिव इंटरव्यू एट सिटिंग ऑन द डाउन स्टेयर्स ओनली. आई वुड नॉट से कि आई नीड प्रिपरेशन टाइम या कैन इट बी scheduled tomorrow. No, you will not get time when you will get eligible for industrial. Please start preparing for industrial up 4 महीने पहले, by adding to yourself, by adding to your personality, by adding to your experience. And by experience I am not telling कि कुछ भी लिख दो and they will test you in interview. And सिर्फ उसी चीज का आंसर नहीं देना है कि यहाँ ऊपर ऊपर से वो पूछ लेगा एंड मैं ऊपर से. No, you need to get in, dive deep into that, so that interviewer also get impressed and he will ask you in that only कि तुमने ये किया. तो मैं लिटरली तीनों का बाइफिकेशन बता दी थी कि ईपीसी मॉडल में ये, हैम मॉडल में ये, हैम. तो ही विल गेट कि व्हाट आर दीज 3. सो you need to grab your interviewer attention कि yes, she is a knowledgeable person who have mentioned the things and she knows that as well. So you need to be little hungry in your articleship time. So the treasury you have already, which you people are ignoring, the articleship phase. LinkedIn is fine, but please spend your time to your articleship, your knowledge improvement. Okay. Yes.
Some network issue with Vedant.
Yes, I guess. Same.
Hello.
Yes, audible.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you, Shubhangi, for sharing. I think बहुत सारे answers, बहुत सारे question का आपने answers दे दिया है. So moving further, so in chat box we have a question. So it is from Aniket Patel. So it is like कि in how much time company revert on the application?
Okay. Usually, you should wait for 1 to 2 weeks. And yes, again, don't stick to one company, because it happens with me as well. Like I got selected in Amazon in January only, and they have freezed the vacancy. And I was getting eligible in March. So they told me कि can you start from January, February, but I couldn't now. So they told me that they will contact me after when you get eligible. So I didn't got anything from them. So I was like कि चलो, it's fine, let's move to another company. But they contacted me in March because they know कि this candidate is already selected, this candidate has passed the interview. So मेरे लिए that vacancy was opened on portal because there was no opening. So that vacancy got opened on portal and HR sent me link privately कि please enter your data in that. So that vacancy was visible to everyone ना on portal. So सुबह तक मैंने देखा जो vacancy मेरे लिए create हुई थी उस पे 1000 applicants has already applied, and you know everyone was chatting in on the WhatsApp group कि there is vacancy in Amazon, किसी को revert आया, किसी को revert आया. That vacancy is no, you will get reply after 15 days that this vacancy is already filled, it is no longer applicable. So don't run behind brands ki, you know, sometimes the vacancy is placed just to cater the student who are already selected. That's the thing happened with me as well. So सबको लग रहा था vacancy, but that vacancy is open for the candidate who got already selected ना. Don't run behind a company, apply everywhere.
Yes, so further we have a question asked from Sairam. So it is ki we need to know what was the self-motivating factor that helped you pursue and secure an industrial training opportunity. And second question is how long did your stipend negotiation lasted?
Okay, so for me it was quite well. I got offers from ranging from 20,000 to 70,000. Currently, I am in 70,000. So Amazon offered that. Lately Amazon offered 35,000, but it has doubled the stipend from when I got hired. Like from January, February, I guess it has doubled the stipend for the new candidates. So yes, so the negotiation skills depend on your skills now. If you do not get selected in that company, then how will you get negotiate? And the stipend is fixed by a company. Like in this company, I am not the only one who is getting new will be paid this. Every candidate who will now onwards come will be getting the same stipend now. So firstly you need to get selected in that company, and then you can decide from the offers you have what all the things are. And firstly, don't set your criteria based on the stipend. For your interest of the domain, the experience which you are getting, and the other thing as well, the city. For me it was also a criteria that I was getting the city as well, the amount of time you will get for study. That I got offers mostly from that have leaves around 3 to 4 months, rarely 4 months, it was 3 only, but I got offer from one of the companies who had 2.5 months of leaves. So that factor was, or 2.5 months is very less, so that factor also works.
Okay. Thank you, Shubhangi. So I need further. We need to move to Mehul. So Mehul, so
Hello. I hope I'm
question-
completely audible
yes.
now.
Okay, so the question, Mehul, is ki what specialization
How to
helps
stand
to
out in interviews.
yeah, and what specialization helps tackle finance-oriented industries, and how to build strong references and networks?
Like to stand out in the interview, which was with the Bangladesh perspective, she's completely it's to Hungary, like it will always on what you are basically learning. And the other thing which you can do is start noting down the work you are doing in your articleship from the very first day. Like even learning process, or if you are engaged in a big project, just note it down, keep noting it, as it will help you at the later time when you are preparing your resume. So it will take a much more brainstorming, and refine it will be much more streamlined. The second thing, you can also do some certification, especially in the advanced Excel, if you want specifically land into the banking domains. So having Excel skills always helps, and should have basic knowledge of the and those are much more common. So, but you should know like what's in there in the business, and you can use them to carry out the day-to-day activities as well. So that's how you can pull it up in the interview and get now comes to network and connect. Just one connect with the people, just
sorry, Mehul,
make
sorry to
connection.
interrupt, but the
Hello.
voice is still lagging. So if you can,
Yeah,
Hello,
if
hello.
you want, if you can switch off your video and you can just talk.
Yup, that might be better, I guess. Hello. Is there any issue with my voice now? Just confirm.
No,
Hello.
it
No,
is
voice is
clear, Mehul. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the thing, you can refer to the certifications, do some certifications with Excel's, Power BI, like using DAX functions, relationships, and all, where Power BI is used in the organization. And then you can move forward. Okay. The next question, which I was taking up, was how to build strong networks and references. So the one thing is connect with people with the purpose of genuinely connecting with them, not just for the sake of having one more people to your network so that you can use them in a later period of your time. Be genuinely interested in them, what they love, what they want to do, what's the kick within them is driving them. Okay. So this way you will make them more healthy connections and not just the monotonous connections that looks like just a number in a LinkedIn profile and the Instagram followers. So be genuinely interested with the people, genuinely connect with them, unko jano, have the taste of their perspective as well, and it will help you a lot. Like you will learn a lot from them as well. So this strategy always works for me. Like whenever I meet any new person, I meet them as if I'm genuinely interested in him. Like I do ask them, what's the thing which ha- kicks you from the within, what drives you, what's the motivating factor, like which kind of music you like as well. So yeah, anything. So just connect in this way. This will help you to sustain a long. Yes, Vedant.
Yes. Further, I would like to ask is ki does industrial training help or hinder CA final preparation?
uh, Hinder, I must not say, as for the new scheme, as we have previously entertained this question. So yes, there is sufficient amount of time nowadays. uh, Good old days were when you have only 3 months of preparation, but not the case right now. So you do have a sufficient time now, but it's always preferable to start early with your articleship experience as well. So start preparing early. That's the only thing I will say. And also, where there is a will, there is a way, as Nishita mentioned. So yeah, you will anyways pull it off. Just there should not be a limit in your mind as well. Like it can't be done. Like we have also witnessed the people in the just 3 or 4 months of the preparations, they are acing the examinations with the single digit rank. So if it is possible for them, then it is possible for us. Everyone has 24 hours, two legs, two hands, a brain, two eyes. Everything resources are same. It's all up to you how you maximize the resources you have and efficiently use them and properly manage your time. That's all it takes. And
Yes.
that's what I believe as well. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Mehul, for that valuable insights, and
Yep.
yeah,
Pleasure.
you answered very beautifully. So further, moving, I think we should go for the panel discussion. So let's
Yes, yes.
have a common question for all. So the first thing is कि everyone ask is कि LinkedIn से हमें कैसे approach करना चाहिए? So how to approach through LinkedIn?
Okay. Yeah. One more thing I would like to add. Sorry. Yeah. So just don't directly slip into anyone's DM and ask for the refers. Ask sensible questions. Like genuinely ask them what's the work culture there. Have you prepared for this job role? Have you chased the people? Like there is a way to chasing people. You should not irritate them. You should be genuinely go them at their leisure time, obviously. But yeah, just always the one thing which being an industrial training in organization, we can't do is the refer someone, because we are working as in capacity of an intern in this organization. Then how we can refer someone? So that's a very illogical thing. And it feels so bad telling no to the people that sorry brother, I won't be able to help with that, but I surely can tell you like what to do, what not to do. In terms of that, I'm always happy to help. So that's the first thing. Over to other panels.
Yeah.
Anything to
Yeah. What I would like to mention is, to how to productively use LinkedIn. What I did was I bought the LinkedIn Premium, means you get it free for 1 month. So I was a LinkedIn Premium user for 1 month. That gave me access to, message people directly without, them accepting my connection request. So that also really helped me. In Flipkart, I remember I messaged a senior using that LinkedIn Premium, and he immediately replied, and we scheduled the interview for the same also. So LinkedIn Premium can also help you. The other thing is to stay active on LinkedIn, and also, as Mehul mentioned, don't directly ask for referral, but initiate a conversation first about how their role look like, how they are doing, and then also express your concern regarding industrial training, that you are looking for the same. Also search for the related job roles. For example, see industrial training, search it, and then go filter out the job section, and then also filter out the vacancies which are available for less than 24 hours, because these vacancies are the recent one, and they can really help you to get revert back. Also, many companies post directly their vacancies on LinkedIn itself, so you can also use the option of easy apply on LinkedIn. You can upload your CV directly into the LinkedIn CV resume in your profile section, and when you click on that easy apply, directly your resume or the CV will get attached to the company. So all these things I think can really help you. Other than this, I think you can also search your related job roles on Google, and then Google also gives you the specific job alerts. I have also tried it, and you can also try it. You can search that specific job, and then you get the industrial training job roles, and you can turn that alert on. So yeah, and also most people might not know this, but ICI SSP portal also offers the industrial training opportunities. Yeah, so you should go, you visit the SSP portal, and then under that specific role, you get the training opportunities. So though the companies which have registered with ICI for offering industrial training opportunities, you get their contact details, you get their mail IDs. So these also can be helpful, and you can also try your luck by registering on this. Yeah,
Yes.
that's my side.
LinkedIn can be helpful this way, like as he mentioned. Apart from the approaching thing, many companies, just don't set a mail ID that you can apply through this email. Send your email. They specifically post on their portal. So that portal thing, you will not get aware ki a new posting is there. But LinkedIn is very helpful in that. What you can do is search the company in which you want to go. ऐसा नहीं है, you can search every company and do this with every company. Like search for Amazon, you have searched, the company logo will appear, company name is click on that, you will get different tabs like people, post, and there is a job tab as well. Click on that job tab on LinkedIn only. I am driving you to this site, to their job portal. Click on jobs only, and then click on view all. Then you can search for your which you want the opportunity for you for industrial training. ऐसे you can do for every company, UBS and every company who post on their portal. After, when you apply 2 to 3 times same way, you will start getting LinkedIn suggestions for the company ki this company has posted new vacancy for industrial trainee. Those new you will get notified on LinkedIn, so you can easily apply again. So that thing is really helpful with LinkedIn, that you get access to the portal and you will get notification as well if there is new posting.
Yes, over to you, Nishita, if you want to add something.
Yeah, one thing, when you are sliding into someone's DM on LinkedIn or asking for referral or anything, please do not drop fixed set of messages. I have seen people dropping messages, dear sir slash ma'am. अरे भाई देख लो, मतलब if she's female, right ma'am, or नाम लिख दो, whatever it is, but fixed set of messages मत भेजो,
Yeah.
because there are higher chances of getting them ignored. Why should I reply to your message if you are not spending a single minute to decide कि मुझे मैम लिखना है या सर लिखना है? This is very basic, other than the points covered by my fellow mates.
Yes, and Ritika, if you want to add something. So I think Ritika will join. Moving further, I would like to ask one last question. That is one tip to crack the interviews from you all. So what is the one tip, final tip you all want to give us to crack the industrial training interview?
Okay, so for me, it was be hungry in your articleship. That you have treasury opened by your side, which you are really ignoring getting to other side. So that 4 to 5 months before your industrial training is getting started, that's very crucial. Add to yourself, add to your resume. Take it very seriously. That you are going to get it seated to for the interview. So you should know whatever you are mentioning, whatever you are doing, expand your knowledge. So the one thing is be hungry, and it's okay to do mistakes.
Yeah, for me, it would be, to be confident and having that strong mindset that and believing in yourself. Means although you are not getting offers, although your CV is not getting shortlisted, just learn from everyone. Don't stop searching and make changes in your CV and whatever. Become a better individual process by process, or interviews that you are appearing in. Make yourself better each day as you are in this application process, and having that confidence, faking it till you are making it. um, yeah, and also as Subhangi rightly also mentioned, mention your articleship experience and be thorough with it, because you will get questions mostly on your articleship experience. What all did you study? Quantify the details, whatever you have mentioned in your CV. Just quantify the, for example, if you have done audit for a prominent listed company having a turnover of 3,000, 5,000, 8,000 crore, so mention it. What all discrepancies did you found out, and highlight the bold points. Make your CV in a quite a standardized way. So I think all these will surely help you. And still, if you have any questions, we all are available on LinkedIn for any kind of help. So yeah, thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. You can be questioned anything now. If you have mentioned CA finalist, CMA finalist, or any other degree you are doing, maybe can be CFA. You can be questioned in that as well. Like I have mentioned
Correct.
CA finalist as well, CMA finalist. So in my first round of Amazon interview, okay, so he was like, okay, you are doing CMA as well. So okay, so let me ask. So he just blunder. He just came out with tell all the marginal costing formulas and all the formula. He asked line by I was comfortable in that, so I answered that. But you can make blunder in this thing as well, because it may sound like you are doing that thing for no use. So it was good for me because I was confident in those chapters. So so make sure whatever you are mentioning in your CV should reflect at your interview.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
as
yeah,
Abhishek
Ritu.
rightly mentioned, I think you should definitely carry confidence and a smile on your face. That would be like an icing on the cake. And apart from this, one tip which I would like to give is that whatever you speak, in the interview should be in sync with your resume. You shouldn't, kind of speak something against your resume, or which does not lie in line with your resume. So this is one point which I've seen people getting rejected because of this. And also whenever you share your past experience about your articleship firm or anything, that reflects your attitude towards things. So you should not say anything very much negative also about your previous employer or anything, because that reflects your attitude towards new things, and the employer might think that maybe what if you don't like anything here also, then like you won't be a loyal candidate in that case. So be sure about what you are speaking, and whatever you are speaking, it should be in a manner which gives comfort to the employer that you will prove an asset to the company, and you will have that hunger to learn new things there and adapt to their environment. So that's it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Nishita.
So, like adding on to all other three fellow myths, of course, be confident in whatever you speak. Make sure whatever you are speaking is in sync with your CV. And the third and most important thing is keep a learning attitude. See, it's not like you know everything, you know 100% of it. It's okay to not know. But it's important to accept if you are not knowing it. Don't try to fake it. It's okay if you do not know. Just simply go forward and speak that I'm not sure and I'm unable to recall or whatever it is. So, two things which genuinely helped me were being confident, and secondly, having a learning attitude and acceptance, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So from my end, to add up what the other panelists just said, let me just switch off my video first. Okay. So the only thing I would add up into this is you should know learning how to learn. Like from my case, if I will specifically speak, I've I've been in the mid-sized firm where the traditional practices has been done, ITR filing audit, statutory audit, and all those stuff. Whereas in the UBS, the firm to which I'm coming to, here you will don't even fight the G of the GST. Like there is no such thing as the taxation, the audit. दूर दूर तक कुछ ना आता नहीं. So what you should have is like what I specifically asked in my interview to them, what you accept from me after joining your organization. They just told me that come blank. It is easy to make learn some people than to make learn someone who has already the most of the experience. तो अब उसको unlearn करने में टाइम देगा, फिर वो वापस से रीलर्न करेंगे, ये नए सिस्टम को अडॉप्ट करेंगे. देन फॉर अस इट इज वेरी मच इजी टू किसी को ऐसे को सिखाना जिसको अभी कुछ नहीं आता है, to fill up a blank space. So in my case, this thing works. But yeah, you should know the basic thing, learning how to learn new things. Basically, it is somewhere connected with the evolving as well. With time, you keep on going evolving with whatever environment to which you are exposed. So yes, this is the thing from my end. And be confident. Always wear a self. कभी भी इंटरव्यू में मत बैठो. Even they are also looking for a valuable candidate. You are anyways going to add value to their organization. So just have their mindset within you that yes, I'm here to work with you, not as in one-to-one work करेंगे, not like you are senior and I'm the junior. You should carry. So yeah, that's all from my side. Yeah.
Yes. So one last question for you all. So this is I have a question from Dinesh Bajaj. So it is like hi, I am facing a issue from my current articleship for industrial training. So I decided to take transfer to another firm and go for industrial training. Will this affect my industrial training resume, or will it affect joining industrial training?
Vedant, I would like to answer this. So as I, previously mentioned that, whatever you put forth to your, new employer, that, what was your reason of, having the switch, if you had any, in your, previous tenure. So the way you put it, it really matters a lot. What reason you put forth. So if there's been a genuine case, if there was genuine something, for which you took a switch, then then you can put it forth naturally, and I think that should not backlash you or anything. But if even if it has been something gross, or something which you cannot put it up to the employer as it is, then you should really put it in a way wherein he should not feel that you are not a loyal employee, and it was your attitude that you could not adopt to those two places where you switched. So whatever you put to the employer now, it should be in a manner which should not highlight anything negative on your part. Otherwise, I don't think to switch, just to switch in your resume would do anything negative to you. It is how you put it to the employer, what reasons you put forth and how you put forth.
Yes.
You should have a strong justifiable reason for that. That's it.
Yes. Thank you for answering, Ritika. So further, as we come to the end of this beautiful session, I
Hi,
would
Vedant. Can I ask a question by myself?
yes, Tushar.
So my question to the all panelists. So my first year of articleship has been come to an end on 15th of April. So मेरी shortlisting direct tax में आ रही है, GST में आ रही है. But I want to explore beyond direct tax and GST. मेरे को FP&A rules में जाने का मन है. I want to go for investment banking. So my resume is more focused about direct tax work and GST work. मेरा resume shortlist नहीं हो रहा है. तो how should I approach this situation? Resume में ऐसे क्या tweaks लाऊं so that I even get shortlisted for the interview? उसे वहां पे अपनी skill showcase करने का भी time नहीं मिल रहा. मतलब resume पे ही वो हटा दे रहे हैं. How should I do for this? I just wanted to know this question from all the panelists.
Yeah, so I think one thing which you can do is you can add, some certification or, as I think somebody previously mentioned in this discussion itself, that, you can do some, finance related, some course by, any of the, like KPMG also offers a few certifications and, BCG offers, and these companies, they keep conducting sessions to impart knowledge upon core areas, be it finance, be it AI or anything. So you can add some relevant certifications to your resume, which will highlight that you are interested in these fields. And you can also participate in some activity relating to this field. Maybe I think this can be something which can kind of instigate the employer to consider your resume.
So Ritika, I just wanted to mention, I have mentioned my financial modeling. I made a financial modeling on Britannia Industries Limited. I have clearly mentioned over my resume. So no one is looking over it, I guess. So कोई उसके ऊपर ध्यान नहीं दे रहा है. Everyone is looking over my work experience. So I have even dropped the link over there so that employer could look at my financial model. So what are the assumptions I have taken? What are the all things I have put across the table? So वहाँ भी चीजें काम नहीं कर रही हैं. How should I approach this kind of situation?
Yeah, I get that from the perspective of employer. He might feel that somebody who carries a relevant experience, so he will not have to put much effort teaching him the role. But from the perspective of you seeking the opportunity, I think what you can do is you can kind of highlight it more in the resume. You can mention in the intro para of your resume, you can mention something like you are highly enthusiastic about finance or whatever role you are seeking. Then maybe this financial model thing also you should highlight in your resume, and if you have something ancillary to it also, you can try to highlight it as well.
So along with that, I'm a part of equity research cohort by the valuation school. So I haven't yet made the equity research report. So I prefer not to highlight it over my resume or even on my cover letter. Might be they ask something I do not know. So considering this into picture, I just really want to get explore to these field, but unfortunately not getting any shortlisting. I considered doing Power BI course. I'm still in the midway of doing that course because someone asked for dashboard visualization. And I also consider going for an FP&A course from the CA Monk. I'm doing a couple of these things, but these are taking time of its own. Or now time is slipping by. मेरा 15 अप्रैल को हुआ था, and I got a call yesterday from a company. They were saying that we want an immediate joining. And now अब 11 महीने हो जाएंगे अगर अगली 15 आ जाती है. अभी 10 दिन तो निकल गए हैं, तो कम से कम 12 महीने तो कम से कम they are asking for. So
I think Tushar, you have still enough time.
Yes. Or to firstly, I want to mention that I have seen a lot of candidates. In fact, the person who was preparing for with me for Amazon got rejected. हम दोनों साथ में prepare कर रहे थे. We got to know from a group itself that we both got shortlisted. So he got he got rejected because he have mentioned too much on the resume. Because I have mentioned the CA finalist, CMA finalist thing because I have cleared the inter of both. But he has mentioned what? CA finalist, CMA intermediate candidate, CS intermediate candidate, and CFA level 1 registered. So applying to that to you as well, like certification thing sometimes can annoy to the if you mention too much, because you have gotten just 1 year of articleship now. So like usually people don't get that much time for this certification thing. You can mention one or two, I guess, that more don't focus too much there. And apart from your you are getting demotivated because of your domain key, you are but it's not the case. I have seen people from taxations only, that doesn't matter. So you should keep applying. Also, companies usually want immediate joiners. Ki you should, 15 days, 20 days. That's why I told in my speech na ki you should not, come into that LinkedIn page and start approaching people 3 months before. You should come into page 15 days, 1 month prior, you should start applying. So you still have time, keep applying, and do not get demotivated because of this thing which you are telling, that is the taxation thing. You will get the domain if you apply to the FP&A or whatever roles you want. That taxation thing would not get will not hinder. Okay, don't mention too much of these because I guess you are in a misunderstanding that because of those taxation thing, you should wait and keep applying, and do not mention that much certifications. It can backfire. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also,
Great.
Tushar,
Go on,
sorry,
Mehul.
go ahead.
No, go on.
Okay,
Go on.
thanks.
Yeah.
Sure,
Thanks,
Abhishek.
Yeah. So Tushar, you, as you already mentioned, this whole financial modeling thing and the part of the equity research valuation school scheme you are. So you already have a very strong foundation for the job domains which have the finance roles. So as the Subhangi said, just don't fall for these traps, the immediate joining ones, as you have still much more time left with you. As you have just mentioned that the next coming month will be, the 2 months will be completed from your tenure. Still you have 1 month left. So I have one example. There was one of my friend जिसका last day पे UBS में हुआ था. मतलब just don't lose the hope for your preferred domain till the very last day. Or else अभी now we have a confusion. Like अगर फिर ये इन लोगों ने मना कर दिया जहाँ पे मैं already shortlisted हूँ. So just simply say them, just stay on the hold until I get my eligibility date sorted, and say that's my prerequisite, and till then I can join your office. And if they really want you, they will really wait. So just don't fall for that FOMO trap. That's all I will suggest you. You really have a strong foundation in terms of the finance area which you want to explore. But yes, just have a patient and keep applying. And also, if you are doing it, ऐसे thoroughly आप कर रहे हो ना, then it's nothing wrong in mentioning in your resume as well. As you have put the hyperlink in your resume, which is a very unique thing. वो जहाँ के आपका काम देख सकते हैं, like the tales and assumptions upon the height of the thinking that you have reached and delivered this output, then it's a very commendable thing. But again, don't make your resume too much bulky at the same time. Just keep it crisp and concise. And yep, that's all from my end. And it will
Yeah.
definitely get your desired thing. So yeah, just don't fall for these immediate joining traps. It's like selling
Yes.
yourself short to them. Yes, just wait for your preferred thing.
Yeah, exactly. And just one thing I would like to add here, since Mehul again mentioned the same thing. So I would just like to, again emphasize on this thing that don't make your resume bulky. Keep only relevant things there. Like Shubhangi said that, the one who wrote, CS intermediate and CMA intermediate and CFA registered in his resume, that is not relevant because he has not yet cleared those levels, and he is only highlighting how much time he will commit in his future to be pursuing these course, which is actually a negative factor because the employer will understand there that this guy must be asking for leaves in the future in order to write these exams. So that became a backlash for him. But whatever you have completed or certifications or the courses that you've already done, that you can definitely mention, that will bring a positive impact on your resume. So put them down, but put only relevant things. If something is irrelevant, then don't put it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And talking about my perspective, Tushar, this might be a hack, means it is not suggested, but the employer doesn't know what you have done or what you have not done based on your articleship, right? So, just how you mentioned that you are interested in investment banking, equity research. So what you can do is go to your social circle, reach out to people on LinkedIn, just as Shubhangi mentioned in her, talk that how she learned the topics which were not provided to her in the articleship. She learned about the payroll, she learned about the other things. So if you are not have that experience in the articleship, still learn it thoroughly, means better than the people who have actually done it. So, and then I think you can still mention it in the CV. Means you can take a chance if you are, means if it is so much delay and you are not getting the shortlisting, you can try this. Mention it in your CV that you have also worked on these topics, but only mention it if you are surely thorough, that you can nail it. You can answer any questions that you are thrown in the interview. So you can definitely take a chance, and you can highlight the equity research or whatever you have done in the main work experience, at the same time keeping it short and crisp. So definitely I think this can also be a hack and can help you. Yeah.
Also, learning is fine, but theory thing will not go that much. So, for my case, I did because I was in that articleship phase and I had all access. I was in that domain only.
Right.
But for you, what you can do is learn that from various sources, and go to your friends who have already done that, and they in the same firm as well. You can go to your friends and show me, actually show me how you have done that. That can take to the point, because it's not so don't need to mention the very extraordinary things that are tough, that are not part of your text, but you can mention the the simple things which you can learn from your friends as well. You are still in the articleship now, so make use of that.
And also two things
So
I would like to point out. Just ask yourself one question: if you were the employer, would you hire yourself? Just ऐसे रख के देखो. Like if you have a vacancy, say for example, आपके team में कोई vacancy है, and your requirements is I want someone who is well versed with this whole concept, who is well versed with the Excel skills and Power BI. तो क्या मैं resume में ये सारी skills और experience में देख पा रहा हूँ? Like you can also draft your resume in this way as well. Like you might be drafting your resume actively, but passively you can incorporate these all such things. So just think from the perspective of employer and then draft the resume by simply, ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ from the zero scratch आप एकदम उलट पलट करके कुछ नया लेके आओ, नहीं. Just do the simple changes and you will be fine. Yeah.
Okay, it's been a really insightful from all of you. I got really good insights from all of you. And as Ritika mentioned about the multiple things we should not mention in the resume, it will backfire because आप CFA के लिए फिर बाद में छुट्टियां मांगोगे. So I have never mentioned till today. I have been to so many interviews. मैं CFA level 1 कैंडिडेट हूँ, अगस्त में अपेयर करूंगा. मैंने कहीं मेंशन नहीं किया बिकॉज आई वेरी मच अंडरस्टैंड. अगर मैं मेंशन करता हूँ तो दे माइट थिंक कि भाई ये तो छुट्टी मांगेगा. तो आई टोटली अंडरस्टैंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स. So for me, I got all this conversation is I continuously be applying and not be demotivated. And as Mehul very well mentioned, कि employer के perspective से अगर देखूंगा तो I'll have a much more clarity. I'll think over it. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. It was a really wonderful session with you all.
yes.
Thank you.
So moving ahead, so as we come to the end of this beautiful session, so I would like to thank all our distinguished panelists for sharing their experiences so openly and candidly. I'm sure every participant today has gained a lot of clarity and direction. So thanks to all participants for their active engagement. We wish you all the very best in your CA journey and future careers. So stay tuned with Pune Vikasa for more such initiatives. So thank you to our vice chairman, that is chairman CA Sachin Minyar sir, Vikasa chairperson, that is CA Pradnya ma'am, vice chairman Shreyas Navle, and our team, I being the treasurer for Pune Vikasa. If any of you needs any help or want to have any idea being shared and conduct any activity during the period of, so we are open to you all. So all the panelists will share the LinkedIn profile with you, so you will be having access. You can directly connect to them through LinkedIn. Thank you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much to Vedant and Shreyas as well for setting this wonderful session for us. Thank you so much, and thank you all for joining as well.
Thank you, Ritika. Thank you, Shubhangi. Thank you, Mehul.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nishita. Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Vedant, for taking out the time.
Yes.
It is very difficult as a committee member to manage everything. So definitely, big kudos to you and entire Pune Vikasa team for doing this. You have to also manage your articleship. You have to also manage all the branch activities, and definitely, it is a very big task to support this initiative. So definitely, thank you very much for your time for doing everything, and thank you to all co-panelists for taking out their time, attending this session, providing insights to our juniors for industrial training. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Ritika would be able to relate this thing more, I guess.
So, ending up with the session. So, thank you all.
Then Vedant, if we are comfortable if you are sending coffee and snacks to us, as I've heard के भाई physical session होता है तो सबको चाय नाश्ता वगैरह सब पूछते हैं, so yeah.
Pक्का.
We can simply drop our addresses in the WhatsApp and you can simply Zomato it. Yeah.
Yes.
We won't mind that.
Definitely.
UBS में भेजना है कि आपके घर पे भेजना है?
कहीं भी भेज सकते हो भाई.
ठीक है.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
बहुत मजा आया सेशन अटेंड करके.
बहुत मजा आया. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Bye.
Bye bye. Yes.
Bye, guys.
Nice day.